got something for you. This watch I got here was first purchased by your great-grandfather during the First World War. It was bought in a little general store in Knoxville, Tennessee. Made by the first company to make wristwatches. Up till then, people just carried pocket watches. It was bought by private doughboy Ryan Coolidge on the day he set sail for Paris. This was your great-grandfather's war watch, and he wore it every day he was in that war. And he'd done his duty, went home to your great-grandmother, took the watch off, put in an old coffee can, and in that can it stayed till your granddad, Dane Coolidge, was called upon by his country to go overseas and fight the Germans once again. This time they called it World War II. Great-grandfather gave this watch to your granddad for good luck. Unfortunately, Dane's luck wasn't as good as his old man's. Dane was a Marine, and he was killed, along with all the other Marines at the Battle of Wake Island. Granddad was facing death. He knew it. None of those boys had any illusions about ever leaving that island alive, so 3 days before the Japanese took the island, your granddad asked a gunner on an Air Force transport named Wanaki, man he'd never met before in his life, to deliver to his infant son, we'd never seen in the flesh, his gold watch. 3 days later, your granddad was dead, but Wanaki kept his word. After the war was over, he paid a visit to your grandmother, delivering to your infant father his dad's gold watch. This watch. This watch was on your daddy's wrist when he was shot down over at Hanoi. He was captured, put in a Vietnamese prison camp. He knew that if the gooks ever saw the watch, it'd be confiscated, taken away. The way your dad looked at it, this watch was your birthright. You'd be damned if any slope's gonna put the greasy yellow hands on his boy's birthright, so he hid it. In one place he knew he could hide something, his ass. 5 long years he wore this watch, up his ass. Then he died of dysentery. Give me the watch. I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass 2 years. Then, after 7 years, I was sent home to my family, and now, little man, you can watch too.
This is Radio Respects.
We're good to go. Hi. This is Radio Respect. I'm H7, and I'm here on the 500 fucking block of Clematis Street. None other than Respectable Street. Same place I was at last time, same place I was at the time before, same place I'm gonna be at next. Hi, everybody. You know you can reach out to the show. You can reach out to the motherfucking show. You can reach out to us on social media at Underlined Inc. Or shit, you could send an email. Send a goddamn email to underlinemanagement@gmail.com because it's 1999 and the feeling's fine. Oh, what a vibe. Anyway, I'm here with a friend. I'm here with a familiar face. Well, kinda familiar mask. I'm here with the only surviving member of Underlined, besides me, Azrael, our glorious bassist. Hi.
Howdy,
buddy.
ladies and gents.
Hi.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It is, isn't it? We're sitting here in the window, as we are to do, and BJ, our lovely homeless compadre of the Respect, is just staring at us, just fucking deadpan staring at us.
It's a very weird studio to just be sitting in front of a open window right in the front, seeing everybody walk by.
It's great and it's terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I love it personally because it creates a little bit of instability. It makes things a little hectic and keeps you on your fucking toes a little bit. Especially if we're doing things, if the show ends up doing stuff like at night when the club is in club mode, because this is, for those that don't know, being recorded, technically, in a fucking nightclub.
So you originally wanted to do this last night. How would have worked? Would you
would've-
have heard the music in the background?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, because like I ran in here like a little while ago and test ran all this shit for the business and was the business. I did it for the business. Sorry. I set all this bullshit up and like I was wondering, would the club ambience be too much?
I'm assuming it was.
No.
No?
Nope. Nope. I even set up that mic that you're on as like a room ambience mic to be like, how unbearable is it?
Jesus.
And it wasn't unbearable. It was almost like it created a little, like a fucking, I don't know, it put some spice on the thing a little bit.
Like some background music just going?
Yeah. Because like
Add some ambiance.
Anybody listening to this after the fact, like there's a weird little like audio bed, but it's not music. It's just like, you know what it is actually?
You probably hear the bass, right? The low end.
No, you know what it is?
What?
It's a parable stretched out 800 times, so it sounds like
we have another guest at our window.
What in the fuck is going on?
We have people staring at us.
We got bicycle compadres just hanging out in the window. Literally just staring at us, just waiting for, I don't know what, maybe God.
We're not open people. We're
Maybe
just doing a show.
Maybe they would, hey. We're always open, baby.
Are we?
No, we're not. Get out. Leave us the fuck alone anyway. So yeah, Underlined. It's funny because like, did you play, forgive my ignorance and my absolute weed memory, but did you play any of the Respect shows?
I think back in 2010, you guys had a show here.
That was one of them.
I was kind of like just a merchant, kind of like a hype man. I wasn't really on that show.
That's right.
And I don't think you guys played another one after that.
No, we did.
Did you?
Yeah. They were just years removed. That's why I'm like asking, because I genuinely blank out. The other thing that I fucking completely blank out about, like completely excluding, what? Hold on, we got people just fucking pointing at. We're trying to do a thing here, man. I don't know what the fuck you want. Like,
we're not open.
We're not fucking open. Anyway, so hold on. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go yell at these people. So give us 1 second. Radio Respects.
Sorry, threw me off.
All right, sorry, I had to just go yell at the local homeless. Anyway, so yeah, I had no fucking distinct memory of like what lineups played what shows. It all just kind of merges together for me, because I guess it'll happen when you're in a masked band and you kind of just black out on people.
I mean, around that time too, there was a lot going on. You know, you had just gotten signed to Standby and trying to cover shows for that, and members going in and out, behind the scene drama.
So much. So all of your typical local band bullshit that you hear about, like, dude was like disloyal, he didn't have it, he wasn't ready to dedicate to the band. It's like, no, maybe a guy just didn't want to do a thing, or maybe he just didn't want to invest, or it's a situation where it's like, oh cool, we're signed, maybe that will lead to some things, maybe I can exploit this, and then when it doesn't lead to anything, you know, they inevitably dip because there's no gain. We don't make any fucking real money at this besides the means to self-sustain.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's about it, and that's the unfortunate reality of it. All bands suffer this. I mean, 500 Block suffering this, where we are bound by our We're bound by our financial restraints, and if we don't have the money to do what we need to do, I turn into Daffy Dog.
Speaking of 500 Block, you guys haven't booked a show in a minute. What's going on with that?
Bullshit! We booked a show. It's April 9th.
You just haven't
Yeah, we just
yet?
haven't told anybody about it.
April 9th. Sweet. Where's this going to be at?
Here!
Yeah?
We're playing indoors!
Main stage? Sweet.
Yeah, fucking right. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure somebody from the company is probably listening to this. We don't mind playing outside on the patio, but we mind playing outside on the patio. We lost.
Just when it's raining.
Dude, we lost like almost thousands of dollars worth of shit. Literally almost went up in fucking piss. Because, like, the back canopy tarp thing just, it has holes in it.
The stage gave away that night?
Yeah, where the stage separates, because it's two little wooden homemade riser things, so they separate in the center. The wood was getting wet as it was raining on.
Decisions were also made to walk in the rain.
Yeah, because I realized that I was going to get rained on one way or another. And
Might
I
as well
just
go
kind
all
of
out.
said, fuck it. Yeah, I was like, well, it doesn't seem like anybody gives a shit. So.
I mean, I think it also made for a better show.
Me too.
It's always fun experiences to go outside the box when it's not the right weather when needed.
Yeah, like I have these vivid, weird, like, memories of watching, like, there are all these old festivals, like Lollapalooza and shit, where, like, the bands are covered in mud because it's just muddy and rainy and bullshit. They're like big festival shows where it's like rain or shine. We're putting this shit on. We'll drape the fucking PA in plastic if we need to. And we're rocking and rolling, baby.
I think one of my favorite experiences when it came to like a festival or show, big show, in the rain would be like, I think it was Family Values. Want to say before 2010. I want to say late 2000s. Korn was there.
Was Dead Z there?
Possibly. I don't remember
Stone
that.
Sour there.
I believe so.
Dead Z was there.
So
this was the last like real big boy tour Dead Z did before they fucked off. I remember because it was great.
But so it was like a heavy down store, and of course, if you're, I want to say, familiar with Cruising Amphitheater, or what's it called?
Or whatever
now?
the
I think
fuck they're
it's
calling
I
it
think
now.
Theater now.
Don't they change the name of that?
It might not
son of
even
a
be
bitch?
I think. I might be wrong on that.
I think it is the I think. It became Cruzan. It became.
Now it's something else. I think.
I think it's I think Financial. The I think Financial Center.
It might be. It might be.
Yeah.
But either way, it was raining, and there was right in the middle of the lawn. It was really flooded. People started sliding down and made a mudslide, dashing right down the middle.
Oh my god.
And they actually got security guards to stop that.
Absolutely.
It was ruining the lawn. But that was
fuckery.
The time that we had sliding down. That was extremely fun. Worth it.
Well, that reminds me of like, fuck man, the last Ozfest. I don't know if you went to that one.
2008? Was that when?
It was when it was free.
What was that music video Ozzy did? He dropped an album and was giving tickets out for that album. And the music video was like a space background. It was a single.
Was it the fucking last
I Don't Want to Stop.
Oh god. Ah!
Yeah, that one.
Oh, it was Zach Wilde.
That Ozfest. Whenever that Ozfest.
Wow. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, good times. Yeah, I mean, I have these weird, vivid memories of, like, stadium shows where everything's just getting torrential downpour. So whenever I'm in the middle of something like that, I just flash back to these Vietnam memories that aren't my own.
The one house show we did for my birthday, was that one raining?
No.
That one was not raining. That's when we had that big-ass PA
No, wait,
system.
it was!
Was it raining? It was raining.
It started to rain. And
That's
then,
right.
And then the cops showed
We were
up.
loading gear from the back of the van. It was sprinkling a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think it picked up a little bit. We weren't playing yet. We had the shit covered, though.
Yeah. That was fucking wild.
Luckily, I think it did stop before we played.
It did.
Then the cops got showed.
And
Last song.
Yeah.
Last song of the set.
Yeah.
Cops showed up.
That's the benefit of doing a quick set.
I asked the cops if we could play the last song. That did not happen. It was not allowed. We were too loud.
Yeah, that's what happens when you show up with, like,
10 grand PA system.
Yeah, $10,000
in a neighborhood,
live equipment in somebody's backyard,
suburban neighborhood,
in a suburban, Palm Beach neighborhood.
I had neighbors 4 streets over telling me they heard it clear as day.
Awesome. Well, we're here to make, lasting impressions, baby.
We're here to rock your neighborhoods.
All night long! Yeah, you! Sorry. Anyway. So, like, I don't think people know this, really. So that's kind of why I'm bringing it up. But, like, my fucking ties to this place, our ties to this place, go far beyond... I don't know why my voice cracked. Far beyond the 500 block itself as a band or as an entity or whatever.
Also same.
Yeah, that shit goes back... Jesus Christ.
I think
High
first time
school.
I came here, I was underage coming to the 18...
Oh,
no,
same.
not that... Was it that? No, it was the all ages show. When I was like 16, 15 maybe. And getting X'd on the hands, of course, legally.
Naughty.
And, no, I mean, it was an all age show. They kicked everyone out around the time they needed to, around
those
11
days.
midnight. 11 midnight. And, no, so that far back I've been coming here regulars and love this place. It's actually probably my favorite bar of anything.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. Like, when we were doing And Then and Altruism, like, we were drinking heavy.
2014.
Heavy as fuck. We were drinking daily. So, like, like, now compared to then, I don't fucking really drink at all.
Working in a liquor store and thinking of this time, it made me think the other day or the week while I was working about what was that Captain Morgan we had, the raspberry tea one?
Captain Morgan tattoo.
Yes. They need to bring that fucking thing back.
It's literally, if you're a fan of Dr. Pepper, like it's I swear to fucking God.
It was like rum and raspberry tea. It was fantastic.
Boozy. Yeah, it was a boozy,
That
non-carbonated
shit was
Dr. Pepper.
smooth for Captain Morgan.
It was so smooth that it was the first time I ever got blackout drunk. It was on that because it was too fucking smooth. And it tricked me.
Captain Morgan, if you're listening, bring back Tattoo.
Yeah, man. You got a bunch of degenerates here in South Florida covered in tattoos that want to drink the tattoo. I remember they took it away.
Didn't Kraken have one too?
No. Wait.
They had some raspberry thing.
They had a black.
That one.
I don't know if that
They
was
still
it.
sell that. We sell that.
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Homie, like he said, homie now works in a liquor store, so it's like quite interesting. Fuck, I'm thinking about joining them for fuck's sake. I don't know.
That'd be a good time. Underline working at your local liquor store.
Bro. It's a thing. I don't drink much, but like.
You have no idea how many bottles are in my fridge now. I get all the vodka.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's not potentially unnerving. So, yeah, man, like, I remember back to the fucking And Then Altruism days when those records were being written, like, back to back, and every fucking day it was just Jaeger and
Captain Morgan
Tattoo.
Russian Standard.
Fuck.
What the fuck else did we drink?
Those shitty
Jack.
wine
We had a lot of
coolers.
Jack at that time.
The
What
other
wine
thi-
coolers?
Everybody tried to play those stupid little drinking games with the fucking.
Oh, the Smirnoff ice packs, the variety packs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the headache game where it's just we gotta pour all of our drinks and then somebody has to drink the whole thing from the tip of my cock and then it's just and you fucking blink and next thing you know you have a complete migraine because you just sugar overloaded.
Jesus Christ.
So
yeah.
like I flash back to that all the goddamn time and it's really fucking weird because 9 times out of 9 I have no memory of these days.
Shout out to good old John E. Stevens for helping us write these albums, though.
Well, that's the cool thing. Like, man, that boy rode off into the sunset, and, like, I guess he had another kid.
Good for him, though.
Yeah, he rode off into the sunset. Every time I try hitting him up, he's just like, yeah, I'm down to do stuff, but life. And I'm like,
Yeah, life.
yeah, life. But
I miss you, John.
Yeah, man. It's funny because, like, I don't know how many people know this, but, like, Altruism and Virtuosa are the albums that have his stank on them. And he was just he was around a lot during And Then and kind of just guided us sonically in a sense because a lot of what And Then, for those that don't know, And Then was an EP we put out in 2014 that was used as sort of a rebooting of the band.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, we wiped all of the blue and black color. We went
black and white.
Black and white, and it creeped people out. People thought that, like, the band was dying, and it's funny because, like, I guess you could say it was in a sense.
In a way.
In a way, it was dying.
We're still here, though.
But the thing is, it had to die in a sense in order for, like, anything to continue at all, because when our guitarist at the time just sort of dipped, like, We've been very public.
That is fair reasons, though.
He did, but the way he did it was pretty fucky. Like, you can't tell me that, like, him just leaving with basically no notice when we have shows.
It was
booked.
kind of on the spot.
That's kind of unacceptable and
a
unprofessional.
A little bit.
But, like, no hard feelings, really. I mean, the kid's doing what the kid's doing. I think he's got a new band.
He does, and they're pretty good. I like them. It's Crown of I never know how to fucking pronounce this. It begins with an O.
Ophelia.
Ophelia. Maybe possibly Ophelia.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, that doesn't shock me. I know it also involves another Underlined guy or another former
past
bassist.
Yes.
Yeah. The bassist that, like, with all due respect, did fucking nothing to the songs. Like, the dude would show up with a drop A tuned instrument to play the drop
those
C
strings
shit.
were low.
They were
loose.
freakishly slinky.
Sounded sloppy, though.
Sounded terrible. So much so to the point where we just started, I'll say it, whatever. We started backtracking the fucking bass.
Jesus.
Because, like, I had no trust in a lot of these motherfuckers. Like, our drummer at the time kicked ass, for sure. Our guitarists were always on point.
Always.
And like, but the unstable nature just comes down to maintaining a drummer, which is every band's problem. That's the story I hear from fucking everybody. Man, we had a cool lineup, but like, if only we had a drummer. That's what I hear from everybody in everyone's band. So
drummers are just hard to come by. They're hard to find, especially in our area.
That's really why I'm shocked that
500 Block's got one.
That 500 Block.
I mean, you guys went a good route about it. Instead of going to social media, I mean, you guys also went to social media also, but doing the classic flyers where you tear a little like piece off with a phone number.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Very classic way of doing it, and it came through.
How much for the baby? Sorry, we. Sorry, there are little children walking
in the window.
I'm just trying to make people uncomfortable. So, I'm wholly responsible for a great deal of why shit like just stopped Underlined wise. It was kind of a choice, and the thing I want to put out there though is in relation to this member nonsense. Like, I'm shocked the 500 Block was able to find a drummer that's like competent, cool, and down with the visuals. So like, finding him kind of put a thought in my brain.
Which would be?
Like, I haven't ever discontinued the search for live people, but I haven't been actively looking for anybody for years.
For Underline or 500?
For Underline.
Underline, okay.
And I've reached a point where 500 Block is a very unique, like, creative hodgepodge in a sense where it's four equal parties
who also all have their own influences
and opinions and all that shit, and not that
but all in the same like main group or genre
metal.
That you guys are aiming for. Yeah,
metal.
Exactly.
Like, you know, that vague sort of anything that falls under metal, because some of us love black metal, some of us like love that weird atmospheric
like a core
Mastodon shit. Yeah. Like, I'm a product of the Ozfest age, so like it's kind of all over.
And then you got the young guy who's
the young dude who's like
a little bit more modern rock, like the Cores, and
far more modern than really any of us, quite frankly, because like.
And I think when you got four pieces that fit that mold, you can put some really good metal together.
You can, but it also takes a hot second.
Oh, for sure.
So
for sure, because you got to find a good balanced mix between all separate genres.
Genres, personalities, schedules, motherfuckers' life schedules, like, not the fucking...
I also love the gimmick of everyone's got their own color, their own look, that's also influences by, like, their, I guess I want to say fantasies. Yeah. How you got Berserk, who's into, like, medieval stuff, you're into cold, Mortal Kombat kind of thing, and Dig is like I would say like a dark... Russian metal-looking dude.
A dark Russian gimp. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. And then Ashra's got the
Love
whole
you, Nikolai.
fucking Yoshimitsu-looking Japanese cracked gold influence.
Yeah, the Japanese, like...
I'm a big fan of it.
Demon-looking metal with the horns. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, I love it, because like, it also gives me a mammoth creative outlet, like, to make all this shit. Like, I don't know how many people are aware of this.
It's a perfect example of a puzzle.
Yeah, and... in that respect, that puzzle is there and formed, and although it is admittedly volatile at times, it seems to work when everything works. But going through that just sort of like put this fucking thought in my head. I was just like, man, why the fuck aren't I putting out music?
Yeah.
Why aren't I at least just doing a thing? And like, I don't know. So I think I've made a decision. I think I've made a fucking decision. There's a new song.
Okay.
It's done.
For which one? 500 or
Underlined?
Underline.
It's done, and I'm probably gonna play it on this fucking thing. Quite frankly, hello, it's Lawrence.
Hey, Lawrence.
Oh, he got a big frap. He got a big icy frappuccino from Subculture Coffee. That man knows.
Gotta get your energy somewhere,
dude. Go to the Subculture Coffee. Ask them for a white chocolate mocha. Add lavender.
Lavender and a coffee.
Well, white chocolate mocha, so it's a white chocolate. So, you know, a white hot chocolate.
Okay.
Add lavender.
Add lavender. I feel like that would be something you add to tea.
You would think that. But it's just a flavor pump. It's like, you know, at a Starbucks or a Dunkin' when they have their seasonal flavors.
There you go.
That, and then actually, like, look at what the fuck they put on that thing. Like, what they type. It's real weird. Like, whenever I ask for toasted almond, it's like toasted as... It says toasted
as?
Toasted AZ 2 shots. And I'm like, that's not appetizing.
What does AZ mean?
I guess that's their abbreviation.
For like lavender?
No, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm fucking confused. I don't know. So, yeah, anyway. Radio respects. I'm going to fucking play a song right now. Can you believe it? I can't. 21 minutes in.
So is this considered an Underlined new single?
Actually, yes.
Okay. I don't even think I've heard this.
No one has.
All right.
I put it. Well, I'll be honest. When the 500 block's been writing things ever since the 500 block started, every bit of music I've thrown at them was stuff from my demos folder.
Was it from this hard drive I found recently?
No.
No.
No, I haven't even gotten to go through that yet.
I thought you posted you did though, didn't you not?
I booted it up to make sure that it worked.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to go through it though.
Oh, okay.
But on there, I'm wondering what the fuck is on there. Jesus Christ, there's gotta be like that's Truth and Denial era.
That hard drive?
That's Truth and Denial.
When was the last time you hooked it up?
When I lived in Tampa.
It's been that long?
Yeah, because it just sat.
You didn't hook it up at all during like dead time or anything?
No.
No.
I don't think
it's
so.
Been sitting.
Right up until dead time.
Okay.
So it's got to be a bunch of old shit. I don't know. But
I'm excited to hear.
So I had all these songs. I had an album written that I was prepared to make Altruism 2.
Yes.
And then the 500 block kind of started doing things actively, and I'm like, well, fuck, at least this has a live band. Let me pitch these songs to these guys, and maybe they want to do something with them. So I did that, and I was expecting them to tear these fucking demos apart.
So what you're saying is Lockdown was supposed to possibly be an Underlined song?
No. Lockdown was written by Berserk. He wrote the riff, and
such a nasty riff.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
He wrote that. He wrote Remus, By the Blood of Remus. Who
wrote Endeavor?
That was both of us.
Okay. That one's nasty too. I love that one.
Here's the other cool thing. Like, with the first batch of songs we did, it's kind of like, yeah, my song, his song, my song, his song, my song, his song, and then it does his. Nick, edit that out. Edit that out. His name's Nick.
It is so good we're not live right now.
Yeah, right. So, like, then he just does his thing over it, and I handled most of the pre-pro drums. And when we recorded, our producer did the drums live, and he's not a drummer, and you can kind of tell when you listen to those songs. Like I, honestly, as the dude who's like on the songs, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about them. I much prefer playing them live. I don't really think our shit sounded that great on the first EP, and I can say that now.
On the studio? I like the studio versions.
Sure, but like I know what it was supposed to sound like compared to how it does sound, and they're night and day.
Okay.
They're like the drums were supposed to be what's referred to as quantized, where it's to the beat. Everything is perfectly on time because we have very, very detailed electronics and whatnot that are also done to a grid and are religiously like.
How far is each song's tempo off? Like, is there any like super fast?
Here's what's fucked up: the guitars, bass, electronics, and vocals are. It seems like they're all literally, because we recorded them to a click, are fine. The drums just slip here and there, and it's like one beat off, or like they'll just fuck off, and it's not throughout a song. It's like one moment, or a fill sounds sloppy, and it's just that's what bugged me. Because I'm at the time I was the core rhythm section of this group.
Yeah.
Now, thank fuck for our drummer, it can be a little more. Oh my god, these new songs we're writing, it's so much more fun of a writing process now, having an actual drummer to bounce ideas off.
And you guys are writing an album now, right?
We're doing we
another
did,
EP.
We did Block Party, and the next EP, After Party. It's a part 2. That's right. We have part 1,
After Party,
and then we have part 2, and then I'm gonna champion to do a physical release once they're both out, like a dual disc thing. But we'll put all the songs on one disc because it's one thing. Maybe just remaster them.
Okay.
Oh, I will definitely be redoing some. I'll definitely be touching up those motherfucking drums, or have it Lloyd. God damn it! Fuck! Said the wrong name. I love that.
Jesus.
Fucking oh, shut up. There you go.
There you go.
So, here's the cute thing. I'm gonna play this fucking song.
I was just about to say, weren't you about to play a song?
Well, I was, but I wanted to fucking explain, because, like, I know you don't know fuck all about this.
No, I do not.
I just fucking dropped this on you. This is one of those songs, because I pitched a whole album to these cats, basically the instrumental version of what it was to be an album called Altruism Part 2, and I was expecting them to tear these fucking songs apart and just dismantle them and send me off to my cave where I can turn them into underline music. That didn't happen. They ended up liking every fucking one of them, and we just cherry-picked the best, like, 3 at the moment, and then Berserk picked his best, like, 3, and we're gonna just make the second EP. So
Any idea how many tracks this EP will have?
3 and 3.
3 and 3?
So,
6?
like, 6. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to level them off again?
What do you mean?
Level 1, level 2,
Yeah.
level 3.
Yeah, that's the thing. The branding and all that shit is going to be the same in regards to, like, it's basically part 2 of Block Party.
Okay.
And then once that's done, we'll see where we're at. We'll see what we're doing. Maybe we do a full length. Maybe we die. Maybe it all blows up on the launch pad. Maybe we get signed to some stupid fucking label that wants to put out a compilation of our back work, just remixed and remastered up to industry standard. Who knows? That seems to be what happens with a lot of these bands. It happened to Sleep Token. It happened to Loathe. It happened to Architects. A lot of these groups that put out music independently, then got signed to someone, and then those musics got remixed, remastered, brought up to spec, brought up to par with the rest of, well, music in the industry, and then got re-released. So I could see that happening. But yeah, that's very much so the plan as of right now for 500. But while that's going on and we're in this sort of like writing process and playing the occasional show and just getting things ready for the next fucking release cycle, I found myself with a lot of free time.
A lot of free time.
A lot of free time. That's a big reason why I'm doing this Radio Respects thing.
I think what I like most about 500 Block is this gimmick that obviously your guys' name is the 500 Block here on Clematis.
Of the 500 Block.
And then you
Clematis.
got these albums or EPs called Block Party or After Party.
Yeah.
It's all one big gimmick.
I'm trying to get the band on point with releasing a song titled no, fuck, I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give it away.
Too early for the
I'm not
giveaway.
going to give it away.
Too early.
When it drops, you'll be like, "Oh, cute." There you go. So,
Let's check this new song out.
Radio Respects. Here's that song. That was a song.
That was heavy.
Yeah, that fucks.
I have not heard an Underlined song with that much electronical influence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nah. The song just...
Job well done.
Yeah, thank you. That song just... My favorite part, though, is like when you expect it to punch you in the jaw like 45 seconds in, and it just goes straight into a fucking beat.
And that riff was just nasty. That riff was...
Very, very exciting.
Definitely hits you and makes you move.
So the idea is like, maybe we shoot a video for
That's
this
not a bad
fucking
intro
thing.
one either. For a good intro song?
Yeah,
That's
literally.
a good intro song.
Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, that's that. Anyway, you give a fuck about Ukraine?
Oh, my... Way to drop the bomb on that one.
Yeah, what do you think? Ruski?
So, the only thing I got to say on Ukraine and the Russia thing...
got to say...
Russia's a bunch of salty motherfuckers, that's for sure.
Well, yeah.
Putin wants the Soviet Union back.
Well, of course.
And they used to be a part of it.
Don't we all?
I'm sure there's resources involved. They're like top 5 in some ores, like metals and everything.
Well, they definitely got one of the biggest fucking militaries we need to worry about.
Well, yeah, this is the thing from what I hear. One of my roommates is an ex-Navy person, and they had conversations.
Okay.
He was in the Navy, and he talked about this with a bunch of his friends there. We might not have the biggest army, such as like China or Russia, but we have the best equipment. We always spend at least 52% of our annual national budget on our military for a good reason.
Nobody's spending on our fucking defense like us.
But I saw this fucked up video on Instagram yesterday, what they're doing over there. Like, this dude in a Russian tank just runs over a civilian in a car. Old dude.
Oh, yeah.
Lives. They pulled this dude out the car.
Well, then.
Wild.
Not one of the,
I could not imagine just, like, seeing this tank being like, holy shit, it's a fucking tank. Holy shit, it's gonna run my ass over.
Holy shit, it's running me over. Holy shit, I'm still alive.
Exactly. And then living it?
Bruh. Holy shit, what's happening?
I mean, this dude probably doesn't have that much life left to tell this story, but
Bruh.
That's a goddamn story. I got ran over by this Russian tank and fucking lived.
Hey, what? Hey, Inside Edition, how about instead of interviewing the fucking Tinder swindler, let's go interview that guy?
Yeah, can we please interview this guy? Not
Let's
us
track him
specifically,
down.
can
No,
someone
us,
interview?
Me. I want to interview him. Let's sit down. So
Tell
when
us.
the tank was crushing you, did you feel your soul leave your body?
Did you see
God.
from
did
outside
you see
your
God?
body?
I want to know, did you see God?
By God.
So, yeah, man, I don't know. I personally, I said this on the last episode. I personally don't give a fuck about Ukraine because, like, quite frankly, I'm of the disposition they're probably going to have much more secure borders and probably going to be a little better off when they're under someone else's thumb because they're not really doing that well on their own, quite frankly.
Yeah, they were trying to join NATO. They weren't a part of it. They want to be a part of it. I haven't really looked too much into it, what is going on behind the NATO join.
The cute thing is, like, all Putin's trying to do
is just get the Soviet Union
tell
back.
These people, yeah, he's just and
he just wants the Union back.
He told you fucking people that all of you that were born and raised and living in the Ukraine were actually living in Russia all along. Yeah, so like, is it his fault? I'm kidding. It's a joke. Anyway. So
I'm surprised no one's hearing and looking at us.
Well, me too. Like, I'm intentionally, like, trying to see if... Oh, is this, like...
It is soundproof. Look at all this foam around us.
Well, it might be impact glass and... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how thick this glass is.
Yeah, let's talk about visuals on a fucking audio platform. I love it. So, fucking fuck Putin. Fuck all of this fun stuff. Fuck Ukraine. Fuck
I'm mentally drained about it, honestly. I'm
mentally
I'm
retarded.
indifferent on it.
So, that's okay.
Should we help him? I don't know.
I don't think we should
Is
be the world
Russia
police.
a dick for doing it? Absolutely.
Like, are we really living like Team America World Police? Are we just gonna...
I feel like that's gonna happen. We always do.
Have you seen the CNN commercial?
The Applebee's? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh,
absolutely. That was a great flow, right from the siren into their ad. Beers and fried chicken.
Did you see their response, Applebee's response?
No.
They were like, it was grossly insensitive and we're going to be pulling our ads. Great! That'll get him!
What the fuck?
We're going to pull our white trash chicken ads.
I don't understand how it was offensive. They're just trying to get their advertisement.
They claimed they pulled their advertisements. They didn't. They paused them. Because social media was just taking the piss out of them.
I just don't understand what was bad about it.
The
Sirens
timing.
and I mean, yeah, the timing, but was
The
it
fact-
really?
the fact
Isn't
that
that more
It seems like an
the
episode of
production
South Park.
truck's fault
Oh yeah. Yeah,
for
no.
like timing it? Like, all right,
No.
Sirens, let's play their Applebee's ad.
It's completely on some idiot producer.
Yeah.
That was like,
I wouldn't say it's Applebee's fault.
no, but
All they did was
Applebee's-
give him the ad.
But Applebee's responded somehow, and CNN has not. You know why? Because they're CNN, and they don't have to answer to you. Or according to them.
Freedom
but-
of the press.
Yeah, wink, wink. So, you give a fuck about Batman?
Yes,
What
actually.
about the Batman? What about Matt Reeves as the Batman? Do you care about it?
I do, actually. I
care
think
a
it's
lot
going to be
about it.
exciting. I like the new Batmobile, how it's like a very Camaro Mustang-looking thing.
Looks like a fucking Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Looks like a oversized big suit.
I'm not a car expert. I have no idea. It just looks like
Me
a really
either.
awesome junky muscle car. Something from like Death Proof.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There you go.
Yep.
And
Well,
it's like him driving through the fire that hits the ground.
dude,
Very Death Proof.
every fucking trailer has just been like straight out of a fucking Frank Miller comic. It's
I would
all-
love to talk about the Riddler. The
well,
Riddler looks nasty. You're so used to him being this lanky,
idiot.
Jim Carrey looking kind of dude. Yeah, high-pitched voice, nerd.
Yeah, holier
And
than
now you
thou.
got this little thicker guy in this scarf. Blah, blah, blah. Now I can't talk. Giant green jacket with
modeled
these
after
like
the Zodiac killer.
yeah,
Like
or at
that's-
least one of the
no, that's literally what
one
his,
of the mugshots that they
his
drew.
character
or the
design,
sketches.
Yeah, his character design is literally modeled after the witness account from Lake Berryessa when that couple got stabbed or whatever, and I think one of them died and the dude survived, and he claimed that the dude walked up to him in like this homemade piece of shit like wannabe Zorro costume with a bag on his head with like
Very
with
scarecrow-like.
a crosshair symbol on his chest,
Oh
like
my
he's
God.
a fucking superhero. Like, and he's there talking about like, I'm pretty sure he gave these people a fake backstory. He was like, I just got out of prison and I'm not going back to prison. I'm taking your keys and I'm going to Mexico. Now, granted, that was the Zodiac movie, and I'm just paraphrasing.
That's
but-
fantastic.
But like, by the way, if you have 3 hours to dedicate to a film with absolutely no fucking closure, watch the Zodiac.
That was the one that there's only one Zodiac movie, right? It got pretty popular.
there have been a
because someone had a
few.
cult following.
Yeah, there have been a lot of terrible ones.
don't know
but
what year
there
it
was
was.
one that was like the shit.
The
that
one
had,
s- the
like
one
Jake
stuck out one?
Gyllenhaal
Yeah,
and-
that one.
Yeah, that one where he plays Robert Graysmith, the
Yes.
cartoonist.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wrote a song about that shit too.
This new Batman, do you think it's going to be as dark or
Yeah.
even darker than the Dark Knight series?
You mean Nolan shit?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. No matter what happens, whenever you do one of these like gritty realism interpretations of Batman, especially
It's supposed to
now,
be a dark comic.
it's all going, well, sorta, like, depends on the interpretation. It depends on the writer. It depends on
true.
the thing. Batman has been around for what? Fucking
80s?
80...
I mean, now
no,
I don't know when the
nah,
comics started,
man,
but the
that-
first movie was like what, late
when the
80s?
fuck... Hold on. Hey, Siri, when the fuck did Batman get created?
It's probably going to give you the comic book. 'Cause I'm sure that's how it started. But I think the first movie was like late
Batman.
80s.
Well, 89, yeah, the
89.
Tim Burton movie. But,
Yeah.
like, that was... oh, wait, that wasn't even the first movie. There was an Adam West movie, and then
Oh,
there
that's
were
I
other
forgot
movies.
about Adam West.
There were, like,
But didn't he do
shitty-
more series than movies?
Yeah, but there were serials and things, like little shows that were, like, black and white and garbage. Like-
Yeah.
Like, this shit existed, like the old Superman stuff.
Yep.
Like, there were George Reeves, I think.
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, my God, the Toho fucking
Oh, my
Japanese
God.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what I saw in Target? A Hot Wheels of the Spider car that he drives. Yes, he drives a fucking race car in the Japanese Spider-Man series or whatever that was, and there's a little Hot Wheels of it.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, that's so fucking dumb. I love it. His first appearance was 1939.
Batman?
Batman. Yeah, Detective Comics number 27, March 30th, 1939, created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger.
I haven't read that early like Batman comics, but I've read
Most
that
haven't,
early
quite
like
frankly.
Spider-Man comics, like World War II Spider-Man comics.
Oh.
They're very propaganda filled.
Oh, well,
I have them on my drive, like the first
all
1 to
the-
100 issues of The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, like
Super Russian, like propaganda, anti-Russia, like shit.
bro, I have a bunch of scans of the Avengers, of certain Avengers comics where they're literally just beating the shit out of Hitler. That's the whole thing. Captain America defeats the shit out of Hitler.
I actually kind of want to read that one. That
Oh,
one
it's
seems
great.
funny.
I'll see if I can find it. But I'll fucking. So, okay. Regarding the Batman, all this fucking hype is happening. We're living in a lap of luxury. Do I think? Here's what I'm thinking. Anytime you do one of these gritty, down to reality versions of Batman, and you're retelling like The Dark Knight Returns or Year 2, or I'm sorry, Year 1, which this is not doing. This is apparently going to be his second year into being Batman. So we're not getting...
Okay, that's why I figured. I was actually going to ask, what is the timeline of
We're
this
not
Batman?
getting Batman Begins.
So is Fox going to be in this? No?
What do you mean?
The guy who makes his equipment? Fox?
Oh, Lucius Fox?
Lucius Fox.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I've seen nothing about it. I've seen...
I figured since it's
Yeah.
year 2.
It's pretty fucking tight-lipped. And plus, I imagine he hasn't, like, ascended to Wayne Hood. He's still just being Batman.
Yeah, he
in a
seems to be a
cave
young
somewhere.
adult.
He's being like an emo asshole that doesn't know how to emote to people, and he has to then
Shout out to
learn.
MCR.
Yeah, exactly. He then you know what fucking Pattinson's inspiration was for the character?
Don't tell me it was like Twilight or something.
Bro, it was Kurt Cobain.
What?
Yeah.
And he ended up looking like MCR?
Robert Pattinson's like character inspiration for how he's playing Bruce Wayne is he just character studied like Kurt Cobain.
Okay. I'm still interested to see it for sure.
Same, honestly.
And I like the voice he's doing. Like, it kind of sounds like the Christian Bale,
Did you hear
kind of
what he
like
said?
justice,
You hear what he
but
said
like
about
a
it?
lot more subtle.
He did some interview for one of these Warner Media press outlets where he said he talked to Christian Bale and was like asking for, hey, so like if I do this, like what should I do? The first thing Christian Bale said to him was, get a dick flap.
Where are the drugs?
Get a dick flap.
I figured that's what he would have said.
So, because I guess
Dick flap?
yeah, so you can piss and shit and
Oh,
stuff.
facts.
Because
facts.
like taking off the entire goddamn outfit takes.
It's probably a hassle and a half.
Yeah, it takes.
His armor doesn't look so heavy in this one, though.
It doesn't look that way, but like it's kind of bulky, but it's designed in the spirit of being fast and agile, being quick, being so he doesn't have like big tech armor or anything like that yet. It's like padding. It's like tactical padding. He's got like SWAT team shit and integrated a fucking bat suit out of it. Basically,
I mean, I figured he doesn't have Lucius Fox. He's not making the big equipment, the heavy equipment, the high-tech equipment.
They put it across as if he built the Batmobile.
Oh, Lucius Fox?
No, Wayne.
Wayne? Okay. I mean, I figured, again, if it's year 2, I'm sure he does everything himself first.
The other cool thing about that Batmobile is it does look like something some guy made in his fucking garage. Like, it does look like this would be the early Batmobile. It's probably going to get destroyed in this movie.
I dig it. I want a model of it, for sure.
Oh, I bought the Lego. It's cool.
I would like that. That's not a bad idea.
They also have the Batcave Lego set.
I'm still
that it goes
looking. I
into.
saw it in the wild recently, but I still want the Infinity Gauntlet Lego build.
Oh, that's out there.
Yeah.
You can get that.
I saw it at the Palm Beach Lakes.
Yeah. Palm
Target,
Beach
I
Lakes
want that
Target.
one.
Dude, we're going to get into collection stuff, but like, here's the thing. I was just at that fucking Target, and I snapped because I found the Batman Funko Pops right as they put them out. So they had nothing but all the chases just sitting there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's just luck.
Dude, it was dumb luck.
You always seem to have better luck than me when figure finding.
Well, I'm a
But what I've added to
freak
my
about
collection, you probably wouldn't have found yet. Or maybe if
Most
you go to
likely.
the Walmart Jupiter, you'll probably see it.
I don't know.
Or maybe you saw it and you just didn't pick it up.
I don't know. Well,
We'll get to that.
So, okay, regarding the Batman, there's been a lot of talk from Mr. Matt Reeves about like a sequel's already happening. Apparently, there are these 2 HBO Max series, one about the Penguins development, and one is going to be like a Gotham City PD thing, kind of like the Gotham show was. R.I.P. Gotham. Fucking hell, that show got capped in the knees way too soon.
Yeah.
But if you haven't watched Gotham, those five seasons are
Definitely something to watch.
They're interesting.
I've tried watching them. I haven't gotten to watch them.
You have to get invested in it.
That's what I'm saying. I heard some bad things about it. I can't really remember what. I need to give it a try.
They take some tragic liberties with certain characters. Like their version of Bane
is not really Bane, or
what the fuck, man?
It's not right.
It's so stupid.
I figured.
And it's like, why would Bane be in Gotham when Batman?
He's supposed to start in Mexico, right?
When he's like 15.
Yeah, he's supposed to be learning wrestling in Mexico, or
He's in a prison, like as a kid. And then he crawls out of the prison after he hides a fucking knife in his stuffed bear and watches his mom get killed or something. So he then starts stabbing prisoners as a little baby and, like, works his way out of the prison, gets out, sneaks out, and then becomes a master luchador and eventually is like, wait a second, is Bruce Wayne my brother? So he goes to Gotham and tries to defeat him and fuck him up. Then he eventually earns his respect and all that. That's the thing about whatever interpretation of Bane you get, it's never like the smart, calculated, the dude that outsmarted Bruce Wayne. You don't get that. You get, like, the brute. Like, the Joel Schumacher Bane.
Yeah.
Bane!
Oh, my God.
Monkey!
Lacking words, Bane.
Business! Yeah.
Lacking words.
I think that Bane was played by, like, a WCW wrestler, too.
I'd believe it.
I forgot his fucking name.
He's supposed to be a wrestler.
Oh, wait, he's dead!
The guy that played him?
Yeah, I forgot he's dead.
God.
I forgot his fucking name, though. R.I.P. R.I.P. Bane. But yeah, no. So this shit got, like, Matt Reeves has been, like, trickling out all these weird little details, like how in the sequel he wants to touch on Mr. Freeze. And, like, I'm for it. But my question is,
who would you want to play as Mr. Freeze?
Well,
the last person to play him was Mr. Arnold.
No, on Gotham.
Oh, really?
There was a Mr. Freeze
Again,
on Gotham.
I didn't see Gotham.
There was a, here's the thing. Here's the thing, fam. Sorry, I had to turn in the Rich Voss. That's a deep Opie and Anthony cut for everyone. Here's the thing, everyone.
Jesus.
Yeah, Mr. Dentures himself.
Mr. Dentures.
Yeah, go see Rich Voss, everybody. If he's coming to your town, go throw him some shekels. He's playing at an Italian restaurant near you. Anyway, I love you,
Jesus.
Rich. Don't attack me. This is gonna get us fucking attacked. We're going to wind up on the fucking My Wife Hates Me podcast because I talk shit about
My wife hates me.
Yeah, he does that with his fucking wife, and it's pretty great.
The name for some of these podcasts.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, ours is just Radio Respects because I'm unoriginal, but...
Why not Respects Radio?
Shut up!
Could it just be the same?
Stop splitting hairs! Shut up! So, Mr.
Let's flip words.
Mr. Freeze, like, I don't know who I would want to play him exactly. That's the thing. My real concern is... how do you do these fantastical characters in this gritty, real-world approach where the Riddler is the Zodiac killer and, like, apparently, here's the other thing I was going to get at. Mm-hmm. They shot a Joker scene with an actor. Yeah, they shot a Joker scene where Batman goes to, this leaked a while ago, and Matt Reeves actually commented on it because it leaked so widely. He's doing damage control on it.
Jesus.
And they removed this scene because it has leaked. So there was a version of this
film. Did they say who was playing the Joker?
Yeah. It's this cat. His name escapes me, but you can look it up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's a pretty eyed actor. His name is just evading me because I don't have the article pulled up because what the fuck is professionalism? And they shot two scenes. One, which is in the trailer, where Batman's going to Arkham and he's trying to profile the Riddler. The idea was Joker was going to be there, but you wouldn't see him. And then at the end, there's a tacked-on scene where you hear, like, this hyena-like laugh, and I guess we would see him. They had two scenes with the Joker and this motherfucker. They leaked because there were test screenings and everything at Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers doesn't know how to keep a fucking secret to save their lives, so this shit immediately hit Twitter, right? And Matt Reeves' response is, well, anything. But newest additions to their fucking collections. Anything new that you've picked up, anything fun, anything hot, anything new announced, what the fuck have you picked up lately?
Okay, so I've definitely picked up a couple things. My girl has bought me a couple of things. She's also on the hunt for something we saw the other day in a Walmart.
Oh.
We were going through Target when I messaged you about those Ultimate Edition wrestling figures of Kane and Undertaker.
Amazing figures, by the way.
The day I went to go pick up mine, there was a kid there picking one of the Kanes out. and he picked the one with the better box, which I'm sure he was just going to open anyway, so I should have just went up to him and was like, hey, you want this box? Because I know you're taking them out of the package. I need the package.
Amazing.
But there we picked up someone from an anime, this anime My Hero Academia. It's like this small little girl, Eri. She has like a horn coming out of her head.
Is it one of the McFarlanes?
No, this is a Funko Pop.
Oh, word. Okay,
yeah,
so I know
picked
McFarlane
one of those
does,
up. I picked up the
Hero
two
stuff.
Ultimate Edition collections, the Kane and Undertaker. I got both of those.
Do yours have weird paint app smudges?
No, but my fucking title that comes with Kane is one of the side panels is crooked. That was another thing I was fucked up about.
Did you see the fucked up
Getting
paint
the one
app
I
on
wanted.
Kane's mask?
No,
Bro,
I did not.
when you get a chance,
Look at mine and
just
see if
look
there's...
at his mask right here.
Okay.
Watch where the black comes up
Uh-huh.
and where the hair meets, and how they just gave no fucks and just stopped right here.
I still think
It
one of my
doesn't go through.
favorite thing about that figure is that it comes with that fucking voice thing.
Oh, his talk box?
Yeah, his talk box. I thought that was... Of all accessories to put with that figure, that thing,
My
I love
favorite
it.
quote ever from Kane. You will rest in piss.
Very robotic voice.
Yeah, he meant to say peace, and boy did it,
It
not
sounded
sound
like it.
He literally said piss. Live on the air. You can go watch this episode. It's before the fucking First Blood match with Austin,
Oh my god.
where he gets that title.
Yeah.
His fucking, for a long time, only title run.
The first Undertaker I picked up too, I was about to take. His head was like extremely jacked upwards.
Oh, I saw a shitload of those where the head's just like
Jerked
weird.
up and he's like looking upwards.
That freaked me out because I was like, is it attached?
Yeah, no, the other one I picked up was not so much jerked up, and it was like, yeah, I'm going to take this one instead. Then this other one I picked up Grogu on the Force Stone. It's an electronical one.
Does it light up?
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
button.
Okay, that's
It's
what
at
I was
Jupiter
wondering.
Walmart. They had a bunch there when we were there. And then this one that we saw the other day, another My Hero one. It's a big boy Funko. It's Deku in his like ultimate stage where he's got like the green lightning around him. Yuri's on his back. Of the other pop I just picked up, small little girl with the horn.
They are not stopping.
There
with
was
this My
like,
Hero thing.
yeah,
they just
they just dropped a new wave. I'm also still trying to catch up on the South Park wave. I need to get the PC principal with the school.
I haven't seen
Tooth
those.
Decay Kyle. No, they're online.
Oh, word.
They're like not Comic-Con edition things, but they're kind of like one of those
Are they
summer.
exclusives?
Yeah, they're exclusives.
Oh, they're one of the con exclusives.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Good luck, buddy.
I mean, this site I follow, I don't know if it's Big Apple Collections. It might be another one. They have some. They're on Amazon too. There's a couple on Amazon.
You know what I just saw on Amazon? That fucking Storm Collectibles reptile from Mortal Kombat 3.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Those things on
It's a
eBay.
Funko?
No, it's a
figure?
It's a figure. One of the highly articulated. If you want the most detailed Mortal Kombat figures on the market, they're by this company called Storm Collectibles. They're imports.
How much are these running?
They win well.
Sounds like too much.
They cost a lot.
A lot.
How
How much is a lot?
Well, on the aftermarket, they go for way too much. Like an insulting
Oh, of
amount.
course.
We're talking about like $300 on the aftermarket for one fucking figure. But when you see them new, they're like $100.
That's not that bad.
No. And like,
Oh, is that wait? Are these the highly detailed ones, like the smoke that was at past
yeah,
comics?
Yeah, that I
Whatever,
should
past
have
future-
fucking
yeah,
got.
that you should have got.
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay, I know what
I
figure
think
you're talking
about
about
that
now.
like once a week. Once a
Should've picked-
week.
Fuck! I should have picked up that smoke.
Dude, because like I look on eBay now, and the fucking thing is like $200.
Damn, and you could have gotten it
I
for
could
a
have got it
hundo.
for like 100 flat. I could have talked them down.
Crispy hundo.
God damn the thought of me. You know what they got? They got Kung Lao.
Now?
Yeah, I just don't care.
I haven't been to past president, man. I gotta go back.
Dude, they started getting G.I. Joe Classified, and that's a line I've started collecting.
There's this mega anime store I went to. Was the last thing I went to. It's on Okeechobee. It's mega anime, super mega anime store or something like that.
Oh.
It's mostly anime. It's mostly anime stuff. A lot of like
I heard
B
about
and C
this.
animes, some main stuff.
I
But I
get-
picked up a couple cool those leather Tokyo Ghoul mask. That's where I got those. They got body pillows for you hentai fetish people.
Body pillows to carve holes in and fuck the shit out of?
Yeah, exactly. If you want to do that.
Woohoo! Get your wafu, baby. This is looking savage, girl. Sorry.
So that's what I've gotten in my collection recently. What about you?
Well, Jesus fucking Christ. like I was saying, when I was at Target, I snapped and found all these goddamn Funko Pops from the new Batman movie. The entire wave and chases. So I told myself before, I was like, hey, if I find the 5-pack, or it was either a 4 or a 5-pack that had, like, all of them in one, and I could have just saved myself a couple bucks, because, like, fuck it. Like, that was my plan. Just get the 5-pack, say fuck it, maybe get the big boy, because there's this big 10-inch one that's Batman. And I just figured, nah, I'll never catch these waves in the wild. One day, just strolling up there, it's like 9 in the morning or some
Probably
bullshit.
box day.
Probably, it was.
Oh,
it was.
definitely unloading day.
Oh, yeah, I have it down to a science. Like, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the days to hit Target because that's when they put shit on the shelves.
Okay.
And that's usually when new things show up. At least in South Florida, and anytime you're on social media, seeing that things are releasing in stores a certain week, wait another week. Because we're in South Florida. And
we're the last to get shipped.
Fucking ever to get anything.
Just like any festivals or tours that won't come through. We're the last stop or the start.
Yeah. Costs a lot of money to come to America's penis. I'm saying.
Facts.
But yeah, I picked those up, and I also picked up that 10-inch Michael Myers pop.
Yeah, the one that you were saying we went to Spooky, saw it there.
I almost
was stupidly overpriced.
Yeah.
Because it was out of some dude's fucking collection he didn't want.
Yep.
And then you just go to a Walmart and got it for like
and I was deeply
80% off.
Yeah, I got it for $30.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
they wanted 30?
No,
90. They wanted 90 in
90
Spooky
at the convention at Spooky Empire, which is, by the way,
got it for a third of the price.
Fantastic convention in Orlando. It's horror movie centric. Imagine Comic-Con for horror nerds, but for like a whole last weekend at Spooky Empire. It's usually hosted in Orlando, Florida, and any of you hoes in O-Town that don't know about it, treat yourself. They're having I think it's called...
A pop-up soon, right?
Well, I think they have a name for it. It's called Summerween.
Summerween?
Get it? Get it? Because it's summer and we
Summer weed. Ha ha ha.
I'm looking for the email. Here we go. Spooky Empire Summerween guest events. Guest announcements. See, autism. Not autism, dyslexia. That's what happens when you can't read, right? Is that what it is? I don't know. Anyway.
I believe so. Dyslexia.
Yeah.
If you read too fast.
But shit, speaking of fucking Spooky Empire, they just announced some goddamn guests.
Some more guests?
Yeah, but I'm seeing this now, but I'm going to get into that in a second. So, yeah, I got that Michael. I got those Batman.
Mm-hmm.
The Riddler.
I really want a Riddler.
Dude.
That new Riddler looks dope.
I also, this is kind of fucking hilarious, the McFarlane Toys Batman wave has been the subject of much, much controversy. Because some of these figures are terrible, some of these figures are amazing, and the ones that are amazing have this weird side-eye thing going on where they're looking out of the side.
Like they're just cockeyed
just looking to the side, all creepy-like. And Todd McFarlane's excuse for this is, I don't want my figures to look like mannequins. Like,
that's the point of a figure.
It's like, hey, jerk-off, you're supposed to leave it. Hey, Todd, I love you. I don't mean to call you a jerk-off. I love you. I collect everything that you really do. I have the entire Mortal Kombat line. I have most McFarlane multiverse.
I have a majority of your My Hero line.
Yeah. See, we don't hate you.
I love you, Todd.
We don't dislike you. We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
Because you're better than this.
You're better than this, Todd. And you know you are. So remove the fucking side eyes. Give us some more Mortal Kombat characters. Stop killing the wave because you already claimed you were going to make every iteration of every character from every game. I think you were just being a little ambitious, and that's okay. That's a great thing to be ambitious. But follow through, please. Some of us have been collecting since day one on these waves. And some of us
still waiting for characters.
Some of us, yeah.
Still waiting for characters.
We're still waiting on more than one female.
I would love an Ermac.
You know what's cute? You can get the Doctor Strange, Defender Strange, Legends. Marvel Legends figure, the deluxe one, and he's literally just Ermac.
That's pretty fire.
You can literally just put a different head on it, and it's Ermac. And
I could dig that.
Yeah, and Todd just
announced... How do you get an Ermac head, though?
Oh, easy. I 3D
Do they have Ermac figures?
Nah, man, you 3D print that shit.
I know you 3D printed. You 3D
print that shit. Dude, speaking of that shit, you were talking about D&D minis a while ago, wanting to get a D&D.
I just played my first D&D at Thursday night, online.
So, like, if you're doing physical stuff and you need minis, get at me. Because, like, I just test printed a shitload of Cabals. using my like little movie costume.
I mean, you already know what I look like. Just mini print me.
Word. Cool. Well, the thing is, we're oh my god, there we go. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
Should we move on to the spooky guest?
No? Well, sure, in a second, because like one thing got announced that had me interested in regards to like collectibles and shit. Storm Collectibles, the other company doing Mortal Kombat stuff, the shit that nobody can afford really, just announced their first two 12-inch figures for Mortal Kombat.
12-inch?
And they're Sub-Zero and Scorpion in their classic outfits.
Ninja outfits?
From Mortal Kombat 11. So it's the updated, cool as fuck, modernized version of them in fucking 12-inch scale.
Fuck yeah.
I've never seen a product that I will pre-order so fast.
I want to pre-order
in my fat fucking life. I'm gonna fucking do it. I have to. How can I not?
How much are these going to be? 40, 50?
We don't know. They just got
announced.
Well, nah, man.
8-inch? Dude, they 6 or 8 normal?
They're normally 7, I
7
think.
inches, okay.
They're 7-inch, and they retail for 100. So I'd have to think.
Wait, the lines that we have retail for 100?
Storm Collectibles.
Oh, Storm Collectibles, right?
Yeah. Their normal sized figures run for between 100 and like 150.
Okay, so the 12 inches are probably going to be like 140.
150,
150
maybe
probably.
2, like depending. But like, I don't know. I own the Mezco 12-inch figures, and those aren't great, but like, I love them. And if I could get these, oh my god. So yeah, if anybody out there is like big on these fucking Storm Collectibles, keep your fucking peepers peeled, because they're now delving into 1/6 scale, and of course the first two boys to the dance are the poster boys.
Of course.
But this might open the door for like
other people.
Other shit.
I would love a 12-inch Ermac.
They made a
12-inch Ermac, please.
There's an MK2 Ermac.
MK2 Ermac?
Yeah, from his first appearance where he's in his ninja shit. And I don't know if they've done 3 yet, because the 3 for Reptile is out right now, and if anybody wants one, or if anybody has an extra, you should send it to me, because you love me. But you can get them for like $100 when they're in stock. So I'm confused about where these will be put out. I guess they're being put out through English, because they're imports.
Yeah.
And they usually have to have U.S. distributors for these things, not ordering direct through Hong Kong and then hoping it shows up without getting beaten to shit.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Of course, it would be cheaper ordering direct from them. It always is. Like when Reptile dropped, it was $75 or $80 directly from them.
Jesus.
And that's fucking golden. But they sell out immediately, of course.
Of course.
And then you're stuck paying like the importer cost, the importer sale, which is like, of course, elevates it to like $100.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But
is it worth the $100?
We got to talk about the fact that like the cost of plastic's going up. Everything is going up.
Everything's going up.
Marvel Legends figures just got hit with a price hike. McFarlane toys might be getting hit with a price hike.
Damn it.
And it's not going to be anything astronomical. It's going to be by like $2.
Yeah, I figured it'd probably be under 5.
Yeah. But like the fact that it costs you like $40 for a deluxe Star Wars Black Series figure that are often not very deluxe.
Yeah.
If you asked me, that Boba Fett that they put out, that Empire Boba Fett.
Oh my god.
It's awesome. But they've put this shit out like 75,000 times with all of these different accessories. Here, hey, Hasbro. You listening? No, I know you're not, but I still got a message for you. Enough Boba Fetts!
Yeah, you guys are over the top with this.
We have enough of them.
We understand Mandalorian is super popular. We don't need to be overloaded, though.
We don't need every iteration of when there's some snow on Mando suit. We don't need every iteration of when Mando's covered in mud because he was about to die. We don't need carbonized Boba Fett because he's chrome and metallic and we needed an excuse to sell the mold again.
But it is nice to have those two, the chrome one and the first suit.
I will
raggedy
be honest,
before.
The only Black Series I collected were the carbonized ones because I was like,
yeah,
ooh, metallic Jango Fett. Yeah, I was like,
I mean, you gotta have both versions, shitty and chrome.
I don't know.
Very nice to have.
Those head sculpts are fucking abysmal, though.
Fuck yeah.
Bro, some of those fucking head sculpts are just goddamn abysmal. So, anyway, that's what I've gotten recently, that shit. And I'm probably, the reason why I bring up these announcements is because it's going to be an immediate fucking pre-order for your boy. And, like, I imagine for you, like, if you're looking into, if you're waiting for a fucking Ermac, I would imagine.
I'm going to definitely pre-order probably these 12-inch boys.
Well, I also imagine that the next Mortal Kombat 3 Ninja we get will probably be Ermac or Noob.
Oh, Noob would be nasty.
Because we haven't gotten...
The Noob Todd McFarlane 7 inches.
Oh my god.
Super fire too. One of my favorite ones.
What a
personally.
fucking cool figure that is.
I
That
love
and the
it.
Cabal.
The only thing
I
fucked
love
up about it is
those
it only
figures.
comes with one scythe.
One
It's supposed to come with two.
Yeah, but
If you want to have two, you got to buy a second one.
Yeah, thanks, Todd.
But I think I have two. Or do I have two Cabals?
I don't
think
know.
I have two Cabals.
I bought an obscene amount of Cabals and Noobs because I was like, the Cabals I'm going to customize probably. But
I totally forgot. I need to sell one of those. I could probably get some extra money for that.
Maybe. The thing is, Cabal and Noob are very readily available right now.
Yeah.
I would say wait.
Yeah.
Wait like a couple months because
a little bit
look
more
at what
rare.
happened to the McFarlane Sub-Zero and the McFarlane Scorpion. Where, what, they were $20 when they came out. Here, this is what I'm going to fucking do. I'm going to pull this shit up on eBay right now because I want to...
For the Noob one? Yeah, I haven't checked the prices for my actual figure. Where can I go to check the prices for, like, my bigger figures that aren't Funko Pops? Because, you know, for
eBay.
Funko Pops, we have...
I hate to say it.
eBay?
eBay is the...
Funko Pop, we have Pop Price Guide, which is a good kind of like stock market for Funko Pops. If you don't know that site, I would check it out. It's a very good one. You can even keep track of your own collection.
The lowest...
It gives you a top 10 of your collection.
The lowest
which
I'm
I love
fucking
checking.
seeing here.
Love seeing my top 10 change around. Speaking of which, what's your number one pop? Have you checked that in a while?
It was my Dark Knight Rises Bane, and then it disappeared. All my loose pops that I had were in a box that when I moved from my last place, when I moved in with you for a hot second, then when I moved into my next place, it disappeared somewhere in between me moving into you. And like that's why I kept asking you. I was like, did I leave any boxes there?
The only box I found was that one with your hard drive.
Yeah, and I was shocked that even came up, quite frankly. So I don't know where my fucking loose pops were because that's where my most, like my Bane was. That thing's pretty pricey right now. So okay, the cheapest I'm seeing the McFarlane Sub-Zero come up for.
I thought we were looking at Noob.
Is like ridiculous.
I want to know how much Noob is.
Oh, peanuts. Like
peanuts?
It's not far off from retail because it's one of the most recent ones. It's the second to most recent wave. Like, oh, by the way, can I just say the hell I had to go through to get all of the most recent McFarlane wave? Shao Kahn fighting Abbott Liu Kang.
I thought you found one. No, you found a platinum one in the wild, didn't you? Platinum, like
Noob?
No, the 2-pack of Shao Kahn and Scorpion.
Oh no, it's it's funny you say that's Scorpion because looking at it you'd be like, oh, it's yellow. That's got to be Scorpion. That is Sub-Zero in PPX colors.
Is it?
Yep.
I thought it says Scorpion on the box. Does it not?
No.
No.
It's there is a 2-pack of Raiden and Scorpion.
That's
what
probably
you're
the one
thinking of?
I think so.
Because there's that, and then there's the 2-pack of Shao Kahn and Sub-Zero.
But one of those 2-packs with Shao Kahn is silver, isn't he? Like a chrome Shao Kahn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, and that one looks that one looks pretty cool. But in Wave 7 of the Mortal Kombat line, Mortal Kombat 11 line specifically, the Shao Kahn that they re-released is actually kind of platinumified. It's not a platinum edition. But he looks a little more silver.
Yeah.
And then for the Liu Kang one, which is another re-release, they just took his shirt off and painted him like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So he's wearing the Bruce Lee pants.
Oh, Jesus.
It's pretty cool look. I'm not gonna lie, but he has the face of your friend's Guadalupe grandmother. That's what his face looks like.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like he wants to ask you for a little extra lemon pledge. That's what he looks like.
No.
The other two figures are brand new.
Pledge.
We're brand new. There's Kotal Khan, which is a beautiful figure. Then there's the Joker.
Okay.
The guest character.
Yeah.
And hot take, McFarlane Toys makes a better Joker figure for the Mortal Kombat 11 wave than they do for DC. Bro.
That's because Todd McFarlane is the man. You want a good,
he is.
great quality, low-priced figure?
We love you.
Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, $20.
All day.
$20. You got $20 in your fucking pocket, burning a hole. You walk into Walmart. That's what I fucking love. You know what? I'm gonna just say it.
Investments.
Yeah.
Action figures.
That's the thing. The thing I love about that fucking company, I can find their product.
Mm-hmm.
How fucking hard is it when something comes out and we have no Toys R Us? We don't have no central place. You have your local comic book shops that are paying. I
don't know if you know this. Toys R Us is coming back.
Supposedly.
They're opening a location, I believe, in Macy's near me. We went into, or was it
fucking
Sears?
What? Oh,
yeah.
You mean a pop-up within the
Yeah,
Macy's?
within a mall. They're gonna one of the Macy's or Sears. I can't remember which one it is. There was a Toys R Us draft and said it is coming back in a small section.
Oh, so it's gonna be a section of a Macy's.
Yeah, of a Macy's or a Sears. I can't remember which. I think it might be Macy's.
They used to do that seasonally when Christmas would come around. Sears would pop up and be like, "Oh, Toys R Us pop up," but like. There were all these articles that came up right before COVID that were indicating that we were going to get some more like brick and mortar stores, like some new, like they were going to open up a couple hundred more stores apparently because there's this huge boom
that
in collectibles
wants it back,
where everybody wants it back. It's the classic tale of you took something away from us.
Nobody wanted it when it was here. Now that it's gone, everyone wants it.
That's the fucking weird thing. Like I remember the end days of Toys R Us. When, like, you would walk in there and everything was weirdly overpriced and it's nothing you wanted.
Had to love when it was closing, though, and they had the bin of pop figures.
Yes.
$5 or lower a piece.
Bro.
I got, like, 3 or 4 hockey people and, I believe, a Sasha Banks for, like, $20, $30, and I got, like, 5.
I think I got the entire CW Flash thing there because I got a bunch of Arrowverse ones there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember, because Zoom, Reverse Flash, that was where I got my Zoom.
There you go.
He was $5 because I was looking everywhere, and I was pissed that I couldn't find him. And then there he is in the fucking bargain bin, while Toys R Us is saying, tits up, bye-bye. But
before we also change this topic, my number one Funko Pop currently in my collection is...
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Octavia from the 100. I bought her in a 2-pack with Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
For $20, so basically 10 a piece. She's like 180 right now.
What?
She jumped up randomly.
What the fuck is
and is
the
now
aftermarket? The aftermarket is such a fucking mess, man. Like,
I mean, I'm happy about it. Future investment's going to be worth it.
That's the cool thing. I just gotta hope that fucking
$170 profit
that
on
the collector's market doesn't like the bubble doesn't burst like Beanie Babies did.
Oh yeah.
Like, if that happens...
I don't think it will. Funko's been around for a long time, even before they made Pops.
Yeah, do you know that they were the originator of the bobblehead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their original hotness.
That was on their documentary. I think it was on Netflix,
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like
that was a good one.
Thing. It was a good one if you haven't seen it. Go check that out.
There's another series, too, The Toys That Made Us.
Yeah,
that's
on
a good
Netflix.
series, too.
I watched a bunch of those, and there's the movies that made us, that the most recent season has fucking, like, all of my childhood movies are
yeah, they had like
Halloween, RoboCop, all these motherfuckers.
Wrestling
shit.
was one of them.
Bro.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that fucking
G.I. Joe was one of them.
Bro, I've been sinking my dick hard into the G.I. Joe classified line, and let me just tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't.
Why?
Because you're going to want to fucking kill yourself.
Are they just hard to get?
They're a fucking nightmare
Did they
to find.
flop? Oh, no.
They're a hit.
Yeah.
And Hasbro can't get their goddamn distro figured out. So now
distribution is like fucky.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
They send these case packs that warmed the pegs in Walmart of Cobra Commander, Flint, Lady J. And you walk into a Walmart right fucking now, that's all you're going to find. That and the Snake Eyes movie figures that nobody wanted because the movie bombed.
Speaking of fucked up distribution, too,
that's a new
AEW.
word.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I pronounced that right.
Just
distributing problems with AEW figures.
Oh, my God.
We had this conversation recently.
So
the only newest one I've seen was in a Jupiter Walmart, and it was like still just a bunch of Santana and Ortiz ones, like
Nyla
the first one, and Nyla Rose.
Yeah,
that was the newest one I saw.
Shout out to Nyla Rose.
And that's the only one that has them. Like they still have the rings and they still have the belts at Walmart's, but like even Target doesn't have any. Walmart doesn't have any. Most Walmart's don't.
Walmart's clearancing out the fucking belts.
Are they?
Yeah, the one.
I would figure the WWE one. WWE had
Park.
So many.
Yeah, I know it's weird talking about like local places for like a podcast that's all over the place, but like all of you out there listening to this that even remotely collect fucking anything, you understand the hassle and the hustle that is the shortage of distribution, the problem that is items getting onto the pegs, and the sort of shipping crisis everybody's been caught up in the midst of. That's why a lot of things got pushed back. That's why a lot of products are left up in the air. There are some things people had pre-ordered right before COVID that were scheduled to enter completion that are only now getting off a shipping crate. And like that's normal, like the normal trajectory, the normal timeline with an action figure or a product or a statue or a physical thing is 2 years from concept to finished and on the shelf. It takes about 2 years, roughly. Or that's the estimate. I think companies like Jazzwares that do the AEW figures are kind of proving that can be done in less time.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're cranking out sculpts like nobody's business, but they can't get the product on the shelves in a consistent fashion, at least not on the East Coast of America, because I've been hearing the same point echoed, that they get stuck with the same wave. They warm the pegs, they never get clearanced out, and then they backlog everything, so any new waves don't end up getting shipped because the person in charge of actually scheduling all that isn't gonna order new product for something that hasn't sold.
Yeah.
Therefore creating a really fucked up situation where, let's say we're in a bit of a financial crisis. Let's say inflation's a thing. Let's say the cost of gasoline is getting insane. And let's say the cost of plastic and producing physical, tangible goods
shit, even aluminum.
Insane.
Sodas are like literally just the basics now. Like Mountain Dew, can-wise, lost all their flavors. Like they recently dropped their Mountain Dew Spark in cans. But like everything now is like either just Coke or Diet Coke, regular Sprite, just orange Fanta.
Yeah, you gotta try to find a good exotic soda.
Yeah.
You know what I had to do? I had to go to our fucking local Publix. That's what we have here. We don't have... I don't think we have Albertsons or like all that other shit.
Midwest
Kroger,
and West Coast,
all that. That's up there. That's for the rest of you motherfuckers. Down here, we have Publix. And every time I go there, I'm noticing, like, if I can go into a Publix right fucking now and not find bread and not find
pasta. We went to Walmart the other day. There was
pasta.
One kind of thing of pasta, just elbows. That was it. And it was like maybe 8 boxes.
And yet the argument is there's like a driver shortage, a product shortage, and inflation. So like
it's insane.
You gotta take all that into account.
There's also this Funko Pop site I go to that like had these. I don't think it was Big Apple. It might have been Big Apple.
It was Suck and Fuck.
They have a wave of South Park Pops. The ones with the
exclusive?
No, like a normal wave.
Oh, okay.
Of just like I believe it's the fantasy like Lord of the Rings type South Park ones.
Oh,
they had the pre-order launch June last year and was supposed to drop in September last year, and they are still on pre-order to this day.
Weird.
On their site.
I wonder if that is one of the items that got withheld, or what are words, that got withheld on one of those shipping containers. Because that's the news that trickled down through the back channels was there were multiple backlogged shipping containers that had yet to, like, unload. They're just sitting in a dock.
It's the longest pre-order I've ever seen. Well, since June last year. It's almost been a year.
I'd be willing to bet you that since a lot of these companies end up getting their shit produced from the same factories, that's why you'll notice, like, when one company has distro issues, the others do.
Yeah.
It's kind of because, like, there's a factory issue. And when China was, like, shut down and locked down, nobody was working in these factories. Therefore, it created a weird stagnant, like, a little pregnant pause of sorts in production.
Yeah.
And now, we're only now getting back to some semblance of normalcy to an extent. So with that being said, it's argued we're not going to see any sort of like normal flow of
like
goods
merchandise and
for
goods,
like especially collectibles, because they're viewed as like they're secondary. You know, they're not things that you need to live. They're just like they're your extracurricular interests and expenses. So when Walmart is like, fuck, we can't get milk. Fuck, we have 1 box of Elbows pasta and 37 million people outside asking us for
other kinds of pasta.
No, we don't have rigatoni.
I want bow ties.
But I wanted penne.
God, I hate penny pasta.
What do you have against penne?
I can't slam penne like I can other pastas.
Use a fork, fucko.
That's why, but even then, I still only get like 3 or 4 pieces on one. That's annoying to me.
Well, you know what you should do?
I like being able to fill my mouth with pasta.
You gotta put something in there, like a sauce that binds
Of course
it
you
together.
do. You can't just have pasta with that. I mean, you could just do, I guess, like garlic and oil or
I guess you could
Parmesan
just have
cheese,
noodles and fucking butter, like a 5-year-old. But I mean, that was tour food, actually.
Yeah.
Just like butter and noodles.
Fantastic.
But, yeah. So that was that. We'll be right back. Radio Respects. Go fuck yourself. I'm H7. I'm here with Azrael. We're here at the 500 block of Clematis Street.
Killing it.
Coming to you from none other than Respectable Street.
Vibing, chilling.
It's good times. We want to thank Subculture Radio for giving us the opportunity to just fucking pop in here like a bunch of assholes. I'm super goddamn grateful. Seriously. Love you. Love all of you. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Christian.
Everybody.
Thank all of you. Hell yeah. So, anyway, back to the news! Beyblades. That's right. We're snapping back to the 90s. Let it rip! So, Mr. Blockbuster himself, Jerry Bruckheimer, is apparently producing a live-action movie with Paramount based on Beyblades.
Is it going to be on Paramount Plus? Or is this going to go be like a theater thing?
Oh, no, it says movie, so who knows? With the way that, like, Paramount Plus's shit is going,
yeah.
I have no faith in anything they're doing. Everything they've
Did they put out a new Beavis and Butthead yet?
No, not yet. I think
I know it's in the works.
It's in the works. As is, I guess, the new King of the Hill.
The only thing that's been good about Paramount Plus so far is the new South Park. Those pandemic episodes.
Those are fun,
that was.
But they're not produced by Paramount.
No, it's still Trey Parker and Matt, of course.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why they're good.
I don't understand why it went to Paramount when they're on HBO Max.
A rights thing. It was probably just a distro rights thing. Quite honestly, I don't know the intricacies of it myself, but
yeah,
I do know that 2 motherfuckers by the name of Neil Wilder and Gavin James are scripting this goddamn Beyblade movie. And I can't help but ask myself, a movie about spinning tops.
I don't know how I feel about it being a live action.
This is what I'm wondering.
Like, how big are these Beyblades going to be? Are they going to be like normal size? Or going to be like toy size?
Watch them be like huge
and then, like,
battle
these
bots.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And
they're going to be bigger. How are they going to launch these things?
And, like, dudes are sitting in, like, a huge arena, right? Watch it be, like, a huge
kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
Arena. Sort of.
Because they're supposed to be, like, creatures that come out of these things.
Right.
So I'm assuming it's going to be something like...
It's got to be a big
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Battle Arena
Season
setup.
2, where they're in the city and they have those, like, 4 paws that come out of their armed battle things that, like, project these holograms of these huge monsters.
Well, the beauty of living in the era of CG,
of course,
like, they can literally just shoot this shit on a green screen and superimpose, like what they're doing with the Overwatch movie or whatever it is, with the whole fucking thing was basically shot on green screen, and they just add the environment. So,
I figured that.
You could just add a huge fucking original arena thing and just have somebody physically holding a Beyblade, do the thing, and then what they're doing will maybe mirror on, like, a stage where a bunch of people are watching, maybe. That's, like, the only way I could really think about doing it, is treat it like a fighting tournament.
I just can't imagine being on set. And if they had, like, the normal toy-size ones, like the little, like, handhelds.
Yeah,
I just can't imagine being on set and they're, like, ripping these small things and then they're just spinning on the floor. Bro. And they got to act around these things.
I 100% will bank on the fact that, like, yeah, it's going to be actors acting to green tennis balls. That dudes in green Zentai suits
That's
are
how
like
Ted was.
Are like moving around.
It's a tennis ball on a stick.
Yeah, and the actor just has to make eye contact with the fucking ball.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Just direct your attention to the ball and act. And it's all right, and they're fighting, and they're rotating, and they're surrounding each other, and they made contact, and here we go, and they're fighting, and they're running. Oh, another contact, and act. You're surprised. He's coming back. He's gonna get you. No. Oh. Game over.
Yeah.
End scene.
I mean, I honestly have a bunch of the classic ones. I have like 30 of them, but I don't have an arena to, like, spin them around in. They just open on the floor.
Can you believe the man responsible for Pirates of the fucking Caribbean
is the one directing this?
Yeah, man, it's Jerry Bruckheimer. I must call him Jeremy.
Woo.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Paramount. I can't give any faith to, because this Halo series looks like a video game. And
I heard Master Chief's gonna be showing his face in that.
he is. We actually talked about that on the first episode.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and like it was the last topic, and it just ended cold because we just stopped, and I was like suddenly I was just talking to Marcus all of a sudden about it. Yeah, the dude Pablo Schreiber or whatever his fucking name is, that actor is gonna be
Pablo, the
showing
one from Narcos and Mando.
I guess
Is that who it is?
it's not Pedro Pascal.
Okay, I was thinking Pedro. Whoops, not Pablo.
They're not all the same people.
I just got the names confused.
So, yeah, no faith in this because I mean it's kind of the situation of G.I. Joe, where G.I. Joe, it's a toy line, but it has a story.
Was that
line.
Paramount too?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I'm also not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, but
I'm not a huge Johnny Depp fan.
Yeah, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's a multi-million-dollar franchise.
Of course,
and a huge
of course,
success.
I give that its respect, but
Like, I don't give a fuck about it.
I don't know
either.
how I feel about the Beyblade if it's the same people who made Pirates of the Caribbean.
So much of this is apparently being kept under wraps.
I mean,
like
I'll probably
the
still
plot.
watch it. I used to be a fan of the original series.
There was a series?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then they have...
I don't remember anything about it. I just remember kind of what the main character
Well,
looks
if there's
like.
a series and some semblage of something
No, they have something to build on, for sure.
Because I'm sitting here looking at this like, oh, we're just taking another toy line and make it... Like what they did with Battleship.
Yeah.
Where they took the Battleship board game and were like...
I didn't even watch
dude,
that.
Rihanna... Like, that was supposed to be Rihanna's big break as an actress. And
Did it tank? I'm sure it tanked.
Bro, the whole world was like, nah.
It sank like the Battleship?
Nah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, fuck that bullshit. Speaking of movies that we have zero fucking faith in, I just saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's funny. We talked about this, and we just saw it last night.
Dude.
And found this really funny that we're talking about this today.
I can't get over the fact that this movie even exists. Like, there's literally this whole thing about how, what the fuck is Platinum Dunes? That's the production company. Platinum Dunes made this fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
After the success of Halloween 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And what they basically wanted to do was do something where they would sort of erase all the sequels while pick and choosing what they wanted to, because quite frankly, the lore and the timeline of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre makes no fucking sense.
I think the most disgraceful thing about it, though, is that they get the character from the very first movie.
But they didn't.
I know.
She's dead.
She's dead. She died in 14.
She's been dead. Yeah, she's been dead. So they just got some old fucking Swedish bitch. No, she's Irish.
Somewhat looks like her.
Who sort of looks like her to play sideways Laurie Strode. Like, okay.
Way to really hit Michael Myers on the head with that, too, with the recent Halloween.
But, like...
Let's try to get old characters back. I'm waiting for a new Nightmare on Elm Street to bring back people from the first movie.
Oh, I'm sure they will, because a shitload of them are
Jason.
still alive. A shitload of the Nightmare on Elm Street...
we just saw a lot of the girls recently.
Yeah, those chicks are still around. The Friday people, a bunch of those people are still around. Problem with Friday is it's caught up in a rights issue. Oh, fuck. Can you close that door? The problem with that shit is it's caught up in a real rights issue. Like, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Halloween has kind of always been the torchbearer with this shit. Like, let's be honest. 1998, Halloween H2O came out. What was the premise? A alcoholic Laurie Strode, like traumatized, who is living in hiding as a head mistress of a very posh fucking school, is again living in hiding, and traumatized and all this shit. So let's just flash forward now another 20 years, and we'll go to 2018. What's the plot?
He's back.
He's black.
She wants to get revenge
again.
Yep.
Except now our last encounter with this exact plot doesn't count.
For Halloween or Texas?
None of the sequels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Everything in general.
None of the sequels matter, except they will do these cute little nods to different things and whatnot. But in regards to Texas Chainsaw, they did everything they could. Platinum Dunes, I mean. Did everything within their motherfucking power to make something as cheap as they could for fucking peanuts.
Oh
they
my
got...
God.
actors that have no fucking idea what was going on. The little gentrified kids that come into the city and like want to turn it into like their little fucking social media town. Yeah. So they bring all these.
Yeah, all those hipster kids.
All the hipster
on the
kids
on that part. That party bus was dope though.
Well, okay. Here's the cool thing. Yeah, you can rent a party bus from anyone. Does it necessarily make it a cool scene? No.
No. I would like to be on that party bus though.
Yeah, I too would like to fucking suck on a party bus, but like I'm stuck watching the Texas Chainsaw on Netflix because Platinum Dune didn't believe in it to put it in the theaters, so they just let
made
Netflix
it a Netflix
buy
film.
It.
Yeah,
they outright said after the film was test screened that this isn't gonna work. Everybody that saw it was like, fuck this. So they just pawned it off on Netflix.
And they bought it up.
Knowing, because Netflix will buy up whatever the fuck.
Yeah, just to get content. Because they want to charge everyone out the ass. They just raised their prices again a couple bucks.
Again?
Yeah, premium's $19.99. All right, so like...
But they don't have anything worth
There's...
that. Do they?
What the hell is there's a premium standard and there's like, I think the basic one. Premium is like you get like 2 screens, HD... But you don't get Ultra HD. You have to get Premium. The only way to get 4K Ultra HD.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am 100% serious. If you get the standard one, you don't get Ultra 4K HD. You get HD. Premium now, you get Ultra HD 4K. Instead of just giving everybody 4K and Ultra.
I don't fucking like that.
I don't either.
I don't fucking like
either.
That. Okay, so, well, let's be real here. When Netflix gets the opportunity to purchase up fucking intellectual property and just gobble it up and just chew somebody's balls that's a little bigger than something that came before them.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, when they put out an original IP and it goes off like gangbusters, like I think Ozark or any of those other shows that are like actual Netflix things.
Originals.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Netflix knows how to put out a fantastic documentary.
Oh, for sure.
But
they have probably the best docuseries out of any streaming service. Maybe next to HBO Max, if anything.
Oh, dude, HBO Max has
got
terrible,
some good ones.
But
they got some good ones.
Some, but you'll notice all the good HBO Max documentaries are the old HBO documentaries.
Exactly.
The same shit that was produced by a completely different production company.
Mm-hmm.
They're just they share a name.
Yeah.
That's it. And like I'm mortified by this fucking new Texas Chainsaw movie because there's a game coming out.
For Texas?
Yeah, that's developed by the people that did the Friday the 13th game.
Oh, that
Gun.
Run from Jason one?
Yeah.
There's a party running from Jason, and one person's Jason trying to kill them all. That game was fun. We played that for a minute.
We played that right as it was on the tail end of its support cycle.
Yeah.
And I remember playing it right up until they discontinued support because there was a legal battle over the Friday 13th rights. That's why we got no more DLC. That's why it all just stopped because Sean Cunningham filed, or I think it was Sean Cunningham, filed for, he wanted the original right. He wanted the rights to the first one, the one without Jason.
Yeah.
He wanted that, and I think he got them. Now, Jason is a separate thing. He's a registered trademark character that, and for instance, in the same way that like Halloween 2 is a product of Universal.
Yeah.
But Halloween 1 was just distributed by, like, yada, 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 insert company here.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same way. Like how when, for instance, we're talking about Texas Chainsaw. First one was produced based on, like, mob money. It was made super low, like, low budget.
Talk about the ones in the 70s?
Yeah, the first Texas Chainsaw.
The first Texas Chainsaw,
yeah. It was, shockingly, it went over a bit like Gangbusters because we were living in this sort of era as slashers were becoming a thing and everybody wanted a franchise. And as franchises were growing, this studio wanted Tobe Hooper, the guy that wrote and directed basically the first Texas Chainsaw. It's his baby.
Yeah.
He's the guy that did the thing. He's the Stan Lee of Leatherface, so to speak. He, in a nutshell, had the rights and then was asked, hey, this movie went off pretty well. You want to come back, do a sequel? He said, no, I don't want to do a fucking sequel to Texas Chainsaw. What the fuck's the matter with you? I want to make my own movies.
Yeah.
So the studio dangled that shit over his head and said, hey, guess what? Make you a fucking deal. We'll make you a fucking deal, baby. You come and you do Texas Chainsaw 2. We'll let you make whatever other I think it was 2 movies. Whatever other 2 movies you want to make. He signs his deal. He starts writing and Texas Chainsaw 2 becomes a thing. Now, have you seen Texas Chainsaw 2?
No.
Okay.
I think the first one, Texas Chainsaw, I started getting into, I think was the 90s one.
Oh, you mean the remake? We're gonna get to that remake. That's the New Line Cinemas remake.
Yes.
Which has a weird place in my heart. But so the second one came out, Texas Chainsaw 2, and it went from being this aggro horror movie that was like very visceral and very unnerving. And what did Tobe Hooper do?
What?
He turned it into a comedy. He intentionally made like a fucking weird
comedy slasher.
Horror, comedy slasher. And that's what 2 was.
Jesus.
So then that sends the trajectory of this franchise on kind of a spiral.
Yeah.
Because there's then 3, 4, and there are a few. There's New Beginning. There's Texas Chainsaw.
New Beginning, yeah.
And all these movies were basically...
what was the one in 04?
Well, we're getting there. They do these sequels that are loose continuations of the first one. And that is what 2 is. But then 3 comes around, and that, I believe, is also a sequel to 1. So then, yeah, exactly. Erasing 2. So they've already fucked this shit up, right?
Fuck the comedy one.
They've already fucked this shit up. So then they come back and they do more. One with Matthew McConaughey before he was a big star. Another with Renee Zellweger before they were big stars.
Yeah.
And this shit sat on a shelf. We're talking like, I think this was the 4th or the 3rd one. They shelved these.
The 80s one, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shelved these fucking movies, or the movie. And it wasn't until like Matthew McConaughey and
started getting bigger roles
that they then put this movie out on DVD.
And that's when it hit.
And they were sued. The production company was actually sued because the people that were overseeing the careers for Matthew McConaughey and the managers, thank you.
Yeah.
God, what the fuck's wrong with me? were like, no, we ain't, no. This thing sits on a shelf for the rest of life because it is garbage.
Oh my God.
But they lost, and those films came out, and they were an abortion. So what then happens next is Platinum Dunes, or I'm sorry, not Platinum Dunes, New Line Cinema then gets the rights, and they want to reboot it again. So they reboot it again with Michael Bay.
Yes.
Michael Bay's production. That's why everything looks like Lens Flare City.
Yep.
And it's the cool thing about that remake, though, I think it was 2003, or it was either 2002 or 2003 when the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake came out, starring Jessica Biel, and Andrew Baranowski plays Leatherface. I know that because he's in the terrible Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
Change the channel!
Didn't Street Fighter just get booted again, too?
What do you mean?
I think there's a new...
No, there's a new game.
There's a new game? That's what it was?
6 is coming out.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Have you seen their logo? It literally looks like
one
they bought it
picture
on
was just
Fiverr.
some ripped guy.
Dude,
I just saw a picture of a ripped guy.
Yeah, that's, I guess, the main character. I don't know. I don't play
Yeah,
Street
something
Fighter.
like that.
But I'm clearly not a Street Fighter guy.
Neither am I. Mortal Kombat for life, bitch.
Yeah, I'll even fuck with Tekken, but like, I don't know. Something about that shit just doesn't get me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so these remakes happen. They're hits. It's a fucking hit. It's gangbusters. So they want to make a sequel. The writers didn't want to make a sequel. They then said, fuck that, we'll make a prequel. Then they did Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, and that movie served as a prequel to the remake.
Okay.
So, if you're keeping track, we already here have like 4 or 5 different timelines.
All sequels to the first one.
Mostly, yeah, but we're not done yet.
No,
because
Jesus.
then there is a movie called Texas Chainsaw 3D.
I think I saw that one.
I did in the theaters.
I don't remember which one that is, but I think I've seen it. It sounds familiar.
Stars Adriana What's-Her-Nuts, like big, bright, blue-eyed chick walking around in like crop tops acting like she's 18.
It rings a bell, but I think I might have only seen that one once.
It's one of those movies where it's a bunch of like 40-year-olds playing teenagers, and you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I think I do remember that. Again, I think I saw that one once and was like, yeah, fuck that.
Well, here's the problem with that movie. Besides everything, they couldn't even get their timeline figured out in this film because they show you like headstones of people, and they indicate clearly that
they're past
that
victims.
The first movie happened, and it happened in 70 whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But Texas Chainsaw 3D comes out, and it's like 2015, whenever this came out, something like that.
Yeah.
In the heat of 3D movies.
Yeah.
They couldn't even age their actors appropriately. Like, they made it so that this little girl, this baby, that was taken out of the Hewitt house. That's the other thing. They can't,
that orphanage or whatever.
Well, no. That's the new one. That's the new one, baby.
Wasn't he out of an orphanage before though? Was that not
he wasn't
a canon thing?
Leatherface was not
in a warehouse. No, that's right. He was a
He was
a child that was like special.
He was a product.
They kept him in the basement.
It's widely believed he is a product of inbreeding, and if you ask me, I think the basis of Texas Chainsaw is there was this city that wasn't doing too well
in the deep south of Texas,
and these people, these very unhinged people, showed up. They worked their jobs, and then maybe they just lost their jobs at the meatpacking plant, went insane, watched their entire city essentially rot.
Yeah,
and it got to a point where the only way they could survive was to take random hitchhikers and eat them.
Oh,
that's the whole plot.
Yeah.
That's basically the plot.
Okay, yeah.
They're a family of...
cannibals.
It's The Hills Have Eyes minus the rape.
In deep South Texas.
Yeah, literally. So the whole thing is, like, you have to keep in mind, these timelines aren't, like, in any way, shape, or form linked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can't keep their shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to go a little bit forward. We're going to go because they couldn't even follow up after Texas Chainsaw 3D. This movie did so fucking poorly that they just iced the motherfucker. They just put a gun to its head and was like, we're not doing that again. And then they did that again. They made another one. Another fucking direct sequel. Except this one is a prequel. This one, yeah, you heard me, baby.
How is it a prequel if a main character is coming to hunt this motherfucker?
Get ready. The whole plot behind the movie is called Leatherface. and it's a direct to DVD film. Yeah.
I remember that.
I had to view it via illegal means because it's not a widely available movie. You can rent it for like $4.
Oh yeah.
Like I would recommend watch it because it's so stupid. It's so bad. But the thing is, the plot is you're following this group of delinquent youths in a I believe it's a loony bin. I think it's a loony. I don't think it's an orphanage.
Okay.
But it's just a loony bin.
Yeah.
Where they paint the picture that Leatherface is one of these people, one of these miscellaneous 6 kids. And they lead you with this misdirect where there's the hot guy, there's the fat guy, there's the black guy, there's the chick, there's the goth girl, there's the normal girl, there's the good girl,
the prep girl.
They got all of them.
The one with money.
All of them are there. All of them are there. Every box is ticked. And then the misdirect, spoiler alert for a movie nobody fucking saw, when they make you think that Leatherface is, the fat schlubby kid that's probably a little quiet and weird.
Yeah.
They course correct, and they make it the hot guy. And do you know why why the hot guy becomes Leatherface?
Why?
He gets shot in the mouth, and it fucks his jaw. It the bullet goes through here, breaks his teeth up and goes out the other side of his mouth.
I think I do remember this one. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, that was the ending basically.
Yeah.
And then he schlubs off and becomes Leatherface supposedly, but we then never got that sequel to see that version of Leatherface
because that one trash.
Because that one was fucking garbage too. Now that you're caught up, kids.
Yeah, there you go. So now we're at this new one.
Platinum Dunes then got the rights and were like, hey, Halloween 2018 did some cool shit where they basically went back to the formula and did a direct sequel. Why don't we do this? It seems to be the era of the direct sequel.
Where we get the main character from
Scream
the first
just
one.
did it.
Yeah.
And I will say, that was a great film.
I heard that one was good.
It was so good.
I didn't get to see it yet, but I'm going to definitely see it at some point.
I didn't hate Scream 4. But
I did hear some bad things about it, that
it's not perfect.
It was a Scream movie. Exactly what you expected Scream to be, it was exactly what a Scream movie is.
It is a modern Scream movie, but you have to go back to the first Scream and realize those films were all taking the piss out of the slasher
Matthew Lillard's
genre.
in it. Isn't he? No? Is it Matthew Lillard?
I'm not going to spoil anything. Somebody is in it. Of course, Sidney Prescott's there. David Arquette's there.
David Arquette, that's what I was thinking of, not Matthew Lillard.
Courtney Cox is there. Anyone that was alive.
Yeah.
So, Jamie Kennedy's character isn't back, but, one of his, descendants is. It's, people that are related to the original folks.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good movie, but...
I need to check it.
Platinum... You do. It's hotness.
Yeah.
It's hotness. I think it might be available now. If not...
Soon,
I imagine. I want the Steelbook. But
speaking
of Steelbooks, so Platinum Dunes sees that these horror movies are doing pretty all right when we just go back to the fucking formula. And, maybe they're not fucking wrong. But with Texas, they literally just copy and pasted the Halloween 2018 thing, added a bunch of anti-gun rhetoric, added a bunch of the fucking school shooter angle.
Yep.
They literally tried to force every social
political thing,
fucking weird identity politics nonsense.
Yeah.
And tell me if I'm wrong on this, because I can admit when I'm fucking wrong on shit like this. The characters, you hated all of them.
Very hipster.
You hated all of them.
All of them, for sure.
Excluding the dude.
Which dude? The
one
Texan
guy.
Yeah, the one that was at the gas station with the pistol.
He's the only character that you're like, well, yeah, I'm on his side. Fuck you, kids.
Are we talking parts of it? Can we say spoilers?
We can get into it. Fuck
all right,
it.
Spoilers. This dude gets fucking brain mashed in the fucking mashed potatoes.
Dude, it's like the second you get invested in this character,
they
kill him.
Character.
They kill him.
You thought he was going to save the day and get them out of there.
The one guy with the gun. The man with the gun couldn't even fucking save the day. So, what do they fucking do? What do? They put it in the situation where we're going to do the talking point, the modern talking point of the school shooter syndrome, and how this woman's going to overcome it, and how she's just going to she's going to take the piss out of Leatherface. And how do they take the piss out of Leatherface? Doesn't she just, hack him in the jaw, and he falls back and bubbles into the fucking Like, this is kind of near the end, but, like, when it's the conclusion, right?
Yeah, you talking about the main girl that they brought back to get revenge?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she gets fucking mauled,
no. I mean the only survivor.
Oh, her. The little girl, the school shooter survivor, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they get away in one of those fucking modern-ass autopilot drivers, yeah.
My whole thing was
and that was the thing. That was
disengage
actually
autopilot.
one of the things I enjoyed about it. Like, besides it not having no story and doing nothing for the franchise at all, all the kills were absolutely dope. The slaughtering on the party bus, where he just goes ham on every bitch.
But it feels like they wrote
But the main
those
girl they
sequences
killed
separate. It feels like they had this idea, right?
Yeah.
And they had highlights. They had bullet points for what they wanted in the movie. Like, we want a bus scene where a bunch of influencer. We want gun commentary. We want
the first person that gets killed, the black guy.
Oh yeah,
which
cook
again,
or whatever.
of
course, what a weird trope to just be like
a fucking meat cleaver to the jaw.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's a cool idea, but then look at the fucking terrible CG composite.
Oh yeah, for sure. His jaw looked like hanging off halfway.
It looked garbage.
And then, the main girl that came back to get revenge, getting sawed in the stomach, yet somehow lives getting yeeted across the fucking goddamn street into the trash.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Still alive enough to pump a shotgun and load it.
So right before then, there's a bit where the smart-ass millennial chick, not the gun one, the smart-ass chick, the one that gets killed in the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Where she is standing at the base of the steps, right, in the house. And Leatherface just knocks this
throws the fucking axe or the hammer?
He just tosses
like
this shit at her.
Thor puts her through the floor.
And he wrecks her.
How do you live that?
How did that not kill her? How the fuck?
That was some Mortal Kombat shit.
Dude, that's
Thor, Marvel.
That took me out of it. Like, I know that it's a horror movie and you gotta suspend your fucking belief, but, like, that alone took me out of it, and I started to feel like there was a big middle finger being pointed towards me, an actual Texas Chainsaw fan, when, like, I'm just gonna say it, we didn't need to see his face. We didn't need to see his face in the beginning.
Could have kept it covered, shadows.
We didn't need to see his face. Like, and the shot that they used in the Wambulance, like...
No Wambulance.
Like, unnecessary.
Oh, yeah.
Unnecessary. Like, that's what I'm saying.
When he snaps that dude's arm, though.
Oh, where he snaps
and then
his
stabs
wrist
him in the neck with his
it's creative.
own fucking wrist bone.
It's creative.
What the fuck? Again, these kills absolutely... I give the kills 100%. I give all where credits due when it comes to those kills.
I would only be able to give those kills a full 100% cosign if they actually had some practical fucking...
I mean, yeah, if they actually died when they should have, like the main girl that got
not that. If the
sawed
effects,
in the stomach and the bitch getting thrown through the floor with a hammer whack in the face.
I'm just talking about actual blood.
Yeah.
How about some, like, actual fake blood, not CG pools of blood everywhere I look? It really seemed to me that they had these bullet points, these ideas, these certain beats they wanted to hit, that they would hit, but then they had to fill in everything in between.
I thought was very unnecessary was when she got lifted up after being gutted by the saw, and then, like, they had that upshot. They had that upshot, and it was, like, raining on the camera.
Oh, do you know what that was?
That was the weirdest fucking shot. I thought that was very unnecessary.
That was a nod to the Evil Dead remake.
Was it?
Yeah, because I think there were people that worked on that on this one. And there's a scene in the end where the chainsaw is going through that bitch's mouth, and it shows you the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's literally framed the same way. So I think that was them just being like, hey, here's our thing. Because when you think of the Evil Dead remake, the only shot people remember is the thing of the woman coming up from the cabin from the ground, or that when a chainsaw is being put through somebody's fucking face. So I actually enjoyed the ending a lot more. Like, horror movie endings are hard to nail, of course. You don't know what to do with them. You want to keep something open so you can make a sequel possibly if it's good enough, if it sells well. Yeah. Like, how the fuck, like, you're stuck in a thing where you have to tell a 3-act story.
Yeah.
But how the fuck do you do that when you know you're inevitably going to be boned into a sequel? Let's say this thing goes well. There's no way to do a beginning, middle, and end.
But I was I was expecting them to get away into the car, like, oh, everything's going to be a peaceful ending, and I was like, oh, man, this is going to be a shit ending. Then all of a sudden, the window breaks out of nowhere after this dude gets chainsawed in the chin.
Bruh.
And, like, yanks this bitch out and just saws her goddamn head off.
Yeah, I think we, in the very last scene,
And then very, very 80s ending where he slashes the camera.
Oh yeah.
At the end, very 80s
that was
finish.
that was a nod to the first one.
I figured yes, that's how that
Because
first
the
one
first
ended,
movie,
right?
he's when Sally gets away in the truck,
Saws the camera.
he starts dancing with the chainsaw like a lunatic, and it's just loud.
Yeah.
And it cuts through your fucking soul. It's so loud and unnerving. And then it gets real obnoxiously loud for the last few seconds, and then it just cuts just like that.
I did feel her like being slowly driven away in that auto-driving car. Very weak. Very
Dude, disengage autopilot. Hey, genius. Hey, genius that survived a school shooting and has supposedly already been through this kind of thing.
But at that point, do you really want to go back? Your sister's dead. You're not going to be able to do anything. If you go back, you're obviously going to
Run
get
him over.
fucking... Yeah.
Run him over and drive away.
That happened, though, in it when they had that fucking SUV that girl brought, and they were stuck in it for a second. They were like, fuck it. Instead of driving away, we're just going to run into this bitch. He throws the saw, knocks the angle off, and he just gets, like, sideswiped.
Oh, in the remake?
Yeah, in the new one.
Wait, what? When does this happen?
Where they tried to run him over?
When did they try and run him over?
After the
I've like blocked this movie out like a rape.
After Sally first showed up and like picked up the girls and they were like drive, and they were like nah. She's like no, I'm gonna use you as bait and like locks him in the car. But then eventually gave him the keys and was like get out of here. So instead of driving away, they were like fuck it, let's try to run him. And he chucks the chainsaw, which I also loved actually about this how he manhandles this chainsaw.
Yeah.
Throws it around like it's fucking nothing. And accurate as shit with it.
I just had a thought. How is like the 70-year-old man this agile?
That was another thing I thought was really funny. This dude can run.
He's running.
Yeah, and he's got some speed.
Dude, he does the fucking, with that fucking Thor hammer toss and all that
Yeah, with
shit.
the chainsaw.
How does he have such expert fucking like abilities out of
nowhere? I didn't really notice. I noticed this, that when the girl gets hit in the ankle with the chainsaw, I didn't notice if it was the blade or the handle of it, but she was able to walk around after. Like, how did this not slice her ACL?
I thought she got clipped by it. You can get clipped by a chainsaw blade.
If it cuts your ACL, though, the back of your heel, you're not walking.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the handle. I didn't really see it clearly, but I know it hit her in the ankle.
I don't know, man. I'm in summation, this movie was just
all over the place.
I don't think it knew what it wanted to be.
Exactly. Like I said, it didn't really do anything for the franchise. We're probably going to get a sequel.
We aren't.
We're not?
Yeah, no, it's although the movie has been performing relatively okay on Netflix, it's by
been
name
in their
alone.
top 10,
it's
I
only
believe.
by name alone. It's people watching it and then shitting on it.
I figured.
All of the involved parties have not been signed to do anything. Production-wise, actor-wise, it's my understanding nobody has been signed to a multi-picture anything.
Yeah.
Platinum Dunes was like, fuck it, let's try and make this. Let's make this and have a game correlating with it and try and do like a season of the Massacre or something like that, like a season of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where they have all this media that they come out with and just bombard you with the IP. Like, it makes sense. It could have worked, but they accidentally made a shitty movie.
Oh yeah.
And now the game by Gun Studios, I think that's their name. I know it's Gun. I don't know if it's Gun Studios per se. It's like saying NetherRealm Studios. Like, is it NetherRealm or NetherRealm Studio? I don't know. Whatever. What's on your fucking LLC? What do you what do you write down on your taxes, baby? So yeah. But in summation, I just don't think this movie knew what the fuck it wanted to be.
Yeah,
besides,
for sure.
Like a literal carbon copy of Halloween 2018.
Yeah.
Just sprinkle some Texas Chainsaw shit in there.
Exactly.
Make some weird little nods and like maybe they'll accept it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna be getting a sequel though. I don't foresee this.
I hope not, because for what that was, let's just end it there. Maybe reboot again in like 5-10 years.
Bro, it's time.
See if someone can do something right with it.
I think it's time to maybe let Leatherface just chill.
Yeah.
Maybe in movies, just let him chill.
Yeah.
Because we got this Hellraiser reboot coming.
Okay.
I
wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, it's happening. I think Platinum Dunes is doing that too, which is not aspiring confidence.
Nope, not after Texas.
Yeah. There's this sort of modern push, again, to do the direct sequel reboot approach that can then light the path for a new trilogy and hopefully create money.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that, for instance, with Friday the 13th, maybe something pops up. I'm hopeful that the third installment of Halloween this new Halloween trilogy doesn't echo the sentiments of Halloween Kills, because I enjoyed parts of Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy any of the goddamn dialogue at all.
You're talking about the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that one.
I hated the dialogue.
Like, I was definitely heavily intoxicated when I saw that one. But at the same time, when I was watching it, was like, I don't know if it's just me being fucked up or I'm watching this and, like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on dialogue-wise.
Bro.
It was all over the place.
It was a cringe factory.
Oh, yeah.
And
for sure.
I guess that'll happen when you interject people like Danny McBride into a horror script. Yeah. He's one of the producers and writers, I guess. I don't know if he's credited as a writer, but you have to believe he's interjecting dialogue.
For sure.
He's a comedy guy, and all these characters have weird, like, quips and like, interactions where they have to be, like, quirky. And so, like, of course you get Danny McBride to do the stupid thing, like he did in Halloween 2018, where that man clearly wrote the dialogue for the little kid that was being babysat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it's crystal clear. Like, you can just sometimes read dialogue or see a scene and just read or hear the lines in that writer's voice, especially if you know it's by a certain person. It's the same deal with video games. Like, people say that this Elden Ring thing is just,
Elden Ring.
Just fucking Lord of the Rings or
Must turn
Game
all
of
my
Thrones.
focus to Elden Ring mode right now.
Gotta focus. I'm in Elden Ring mode. So, I'm just kidding. I'm not, actually.
I am also not about that.
Yeah, everybody else.
I love Lord of the Rings stuff, but that's a little outside Lord of the Rings, a little bit more crazier creatures. I'm just like, I am not about this.
Yeah, that's literally where my line goes.
Yeah.
My line is like, I enjoyed Lord of the Rings when I was a kid, and that's that.
I mean, I will say that the Shadows of Mordor, or Shadows of War.
There you go.
That series of Lord of the Rings video game was actually really fun. If you have not played that, I suggest playing that.
I have, but I will.
If you haven't.
So, speaking of fun things, last topic of the day is Spooky Empire. It's a Halloween convention, as I told you.
We got a June pop-up.
Orlando. Yeah, man.
Summerween.
Summerween is the name, and do I like that name? No. But
I like to think of summer weed.
But I
LOL.
like these events, so here we go. They dropped some guest announcements. Fucking Derek Mears, the guy who played Jason in the 2009 Friday the 13th movie, dude from Predators, he's Swamp Thing.
Yep.
He's a bunch of motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
He's in Men in Black, too.
He's the reason why I'm buying a ticket.
Yeah, man.
If you're listening, you're the reason.
I'm going to bring my big-ass McFarlane Swamp Thing mega figure.
I need to scoop one of those so I can get that signed too. That'd be nice.
Them suckers is all over Target, bruh.
Yes, they are.
Treat yourself.
Will do.
So they got him. They also got none other than Julie Benz from, like, Dexter.
The wife.
Yeah.
I wanted to see her too.
Dude, I'm hyped on this because she's been in a lot of shit that I've watched.
Enjoyed.
Yeah.
For sure.
She's in a lot of cool stuff. Like, even movies that aren't necessarily great, she's pretty good in them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one of those situations.
Yeah,
so,
she's a good side piece character.
Yeah. So, like, it's very neat. I'm glad that Spooky is starting to drop
She's a nice biscuit
goddamn...
to your three-piece chicken.
There you go. There you go. So, like, where is this fucking thing taking place? It's taking place...
Orlando.
Well, yeah, thanks for buying me some time there while I look for the hotel.
O-Town.
The Wyndham Orlando Resort. It's taking place at the Wyndham this time as opposed to the Wynwood. Was that? No, where were we at the other one?
No, that was the last one in
past
October?
What was the name of the hotel?
Hyatt.
Hyatt, there we go.
That was the one. That hotel was so nice.
That hotel fucks and sucks. The
24-hour
I love it.
Diner, lounge,
yeah, it was
food.
Great, and yet it was so weird.
Overpriced
but I loved
as
it.
fuck.
Yeah. So, thankfully, this is taking place on the at the Wyndham, which is where they used to host them, which means pool party.
That was the one we went to in 14, 15?
Yeah, the old one.
Where we met Twiggy?
No, that was different.
Which one was that?
Yeah, that was a different
Where was
hotel.
that at?
I don't remember, I know it was a different hotel.
Okay. Then I have not been to this hotel.
So this one should be a hot time. They look to be advertising it all around. So anybody that doesn't have your fucking rooms, get yourself a goddamn room. Do the thing. Let's all have room parties. Fucking throw people in multiple rooms.
Awesome.
Do the thing. Hit us up. We'll be around. So there's all that hotness. It's going to be June 17th through the 19th in Orlando, Florida, again, at the Wyndham Resort. And you can get your hotel reservations, you can get your tickets, you can get all this shit right fucking now. And I will bet you that if you come and you see a man in blue we will love you. We'll be right back. This is
Excelsior.
Radio Respect. Excelsior! Ladies and fucking germs! Radio Respects, it's H7 and Azrael.
Welcome.
Hi, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that bullshit, whatever it was I just decided to play. I don't know what I just played because I'm doing this on the fly. It's
talking shit here.
On the fly, talking shit on the block. But we wanted to come in here one last little segment, and just say thank you to everybody that is even listening. That if you got through this fucking show, then that means you're in it for the long haul. That means we may have you.
And we love you for it.
Yeah, man.
We had a lot to talk about.
We have
got off track a couple times, but we still feel like it added
way more to get in. Yeah, man.
And we definitely still have things on the list to talk about that we haven't got to talk about today.
We have an endless array of bullshit. So, like, there will never be a shortage of things to discuss here on Radio Respects. But with that being said, our time has come to ride off into the sunset.
Time to hit the old dusty trail.
I'm going to go to my guitar player Berserk's house and partake in some extracurricular nonsense.
There you go.
And, yeah, should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, you kids out there, come see the 500 block, April 9th, Respectable Street. It's going to be Rise's EP release party, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe.
Support your local scene. Support Underline. Support your bartenders here at Respects. Tip them. Tip your bartenders, people. They serve well.
By the fucking way, if anybody out there wants to do a thing, if you play drums, hit me up. That's all I'm going to say. If you play drums, hit me up. We have some secret evil things going on, and if you want to be a part of them, we'd love to have you. With that being said, I'm H7.
I'm Azrael.
This is Radio Respects. Eat dick.